And boom. Oh,
And
shit.
boom.
I didn't even do the thing. I didn't even do the thing, though, people.
Ain't nothing happening.
Oh, let's play.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, what's
Yes,
happening?
there we go. So I'm creating my own Discord, hopefully soon.
Alright. Oh snap. We are live.
Oh,
Look, I
snap.
see my little icon.
Yeah.
Hi people.
Oh yeah, they bringing the
Hi.
Ultimate Fighter back too and shit.
Oh,
for real?
shit.
Yeah,
So
it's probably gonna be on
Oh.
ESPN Plus or something.
Oh, cool.
Ultimate Fighter.
Alright. Cool.
We're going to be on the Ultimate Fighter.
Yo, that layout looks fucking
Yo.
fire, bro.
God. Who else we got in
Nice.
here? Ice Queen Gaming.
The
All of
Almighty
the
Spartan.
I haven't even
Blue
looked at
Rise
the
The
on
layout
Almighty
yet.
Spartan.
Don Killuminati. Everyone in the chats. Hello, good afternoon. Welcome to the RGT podcast.
Hey.
We'll momentarily start, even though I sound slow as shit right now, but
We're over.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's what it is.
we're on our victory tour. Like
our
Jada.
100th million victory tour.
Yeah.
This man's legit say technical difficulties. We have no such thing as technical difficulties. There are no such things. No.
I said shit.
No.
They are
Things just
Oh,
happen.
Lord.
There are no technical
Oh.
difficulties.
Look at that layout.
What's
Look how
up,
clean
bro?
that
Darren
looks.
Slaughter, what's up?
Shit got a shape up.
AP, Overdone. Who's ghosting Overdone? Come on, tell me who's ghosting. Hustle and motivate, my
technical
brother, what's
difficulty.
up?
We are here. Anyway, what's going on, y'all? This is here. We here. Big Cloud Gaming, episode 71. RGT Podcast. How y'all doing? Go ahead, hit that like button, share it around. Let's go ahead and have some fun, talk some gaming. Hope you guys enjoy the gameplay and whatnot. And yeah, we're going to do a full recap of China Joy, even though I could not watch it live because apparently it was only exclusive to like a certain website or something like that in China where they were streaming it from. So none of us could actually watch it live. And on top of that, it would have been like 5:30 in the morning, which was insane. So I wouldn't be up at the time.
That's crazy.
So let's go ahead and get into the intros for everybody in the chat. Hope everybody likes the layout, but let's go ahead and get into the chat. We
looks
have the Messiah. Go ahead, brother.
Yo, what's happening? Hope everybody's having a good Friday, and yeah, ready to talk about these subjects here and keep going.
All right, we got the Messiah. We got Mr. Pablo the Third.
Yo, what's good, everybody? Glad to be here. It's your boy Don Pablo, aka Pablo Escobar. You already know. Let's get it.
We got, who else is in here? We got the crumb side spy himself.
Oh, thank you, Ryan. What is up, guys? It's the Sergeant Crumb's side spy at it again. And let's get to these topics, shall we?
Yes, of course. Go ahead, Mr. Carlos.
Oh, as always, you know how it is, man. Friday afternoon, and we're gonna get into some 100 million questions and some prices to go along with it. But you already know.
100
Game of
million
right choice.
questions.
Not by trend. Let's go.
Let's
Man
go.
said 100 million questions. Why the hell does it say slow mode? Ah, boy, I'll fix that in a second.
Yeah.
I mean, we could do 21 questions.
No, I was trying to fix that damn thing. It says slow mode. What the fuck? I don't have that on.
Yeah,
I don't know.
Thanks, YouTube. Awesome update, YouTube. Awesome.
Awesome update.
You gotta love the YouTube updates.
Yo, rest in peace, Google Hangouts.
Nah, it still exists, but the on air portion is not here. Hey, I'll be right back.
Yeah.
Right.
Wow.
Alrighty.
Wow. This is so.
What?
This is very professional.
So what's up, chat? How everybody doing in the chat? What y'all been playing?
Yeah, what are you all playing in the chat?
Oh shit.
What is that?
Yeah.
What was that?
Hey, somebody. Hey, Jason is coming in the background.
Okay.
That was me, actually.
Okay.
I got my machete ready for this topic.
Alrighty.
All right, so let's begin, man. Where do we start with today's show? Where do we start? Do we want to start with the Order 1886 being debunked?
Yeah, we can start with that.
Yeah, I didn't. Yeah, that's fine. I mean, I'll start real quick. This is why I always say everybody should wait on the developers or in this case Sony to come out and say something, and I guess they did. So or somebody said something got confirmed, and I live by that. It's okay to do some basic speculation to say, hey, maybe it will be this, but I would not take it any further. That's a 1-minute conversation. It's a speculative. This is speculation.
Hey, the hype is there. The hype is there, but I get what you're saying. But the hype is there.
Yeah, it's okay to be excited
the excitement
about
is there.
But until they actually come out, somebody said something got confirmed, and say we're making this game. It's due to be out around this time. This group is making. That's what people need to do, and it's a good game. I recommend people buy it. I need to go and get it and drop my $9.99 on it. So, but yeah, people should check the game out. But yeah, that's just why I say to people, it's not official until the studio says it.
Yep.
I'm not surprised. I'm not surprised about it.
Huh?
I got 5 on it.
He got 5 on it.
Oh, I do not. Yeah. I bought that game years ago, and I just never finished it. I didn't like the gun mechanics in it, but
But you said you never played the Order.
No, I played it. I just didn't finish it because I didn't care for the gun mechanic. So, but I'll go back. I'll probably go back and play it. It'll be maybe I pick it up next Friday or something like that.
Yeah, you should try it out. I mean, it's a mixed bag in terms of how the game plays, but as far as like the story itself and the characters,
I don't know why that's on. But there you go.
It's quite intriguing. It sucks that we were hyped up for it, and now we gotta hold on to dear hope.
Well, I mean, again, it's okay to say it would be nice if this game came back, but I wouldn't I wouldn't buy that stock at all. So until Sony, who I believe published that game, comes out and says we're gonna it's being redone. So and it might be they may come out and say something, but in a couple years, just give it a few years. It wasn't like that was a huge selling game.
No, it wasn't. That's the sad part about the game. Like it didn't really do well in sales, but it did create a lore for
yes.
So everybody should be able to chat away. I don't know why it said it was in slow mode. I don't know why that was a thing, but thank you two for that presets. Anyway, let's go ahead and let's get into the other topics. Y'all wait, we ain't even done with this one. I'm tripping. So you said y'all were done with your feedback. You were done with your feedback on that?
Oh, I'm done with that. Yeah, y'all whatever. Yeah, whoever else has got something.
Sorry, I just came back.
What you think about the Order 1886? The dude coming out saying he doesn't know anything.
Who doesn't know anything? One of the developers?
The dude who was supposedly leaking is saying that the game was legit in development or whatnot. That he saw it in development.
I hope it's in development. There's a lot of potential there for a sequel, a crafting system. There's a lot of gameplay mechanics they can put into the game. There was just so many gameplay issues that the first one had that they can expand upon in a second game. So I hope they do it. I really do.
Yeah.
Because it deserves it.
For what I'm gathering from it, right? It kind of feels like the whole I remember the thing with Crash Bandicoot. Remember how dudes was saying that wasn't happening for the longest, and then we knew it kind of was happening because they kept hinting. They kept hinting at it. Yeah. Dudes told us, "Hey, do you remember this character on his birthday and whatnot?" And they kept showing off executives wearing T-shirts, hinting at them, and it's like,
yeah.
Can y'all stop? We know what's happening eventually, but it was good though. It was good for that crazy reveal because they did it at that I think it was at the 2016 E3 they did, where it was the one with the orchestra, which was one of the dopest one they had ever this gen. So obviously they're probably saving that for a big reveal for PS5, more than likely.
Yep.
So
really
for the Order 1886, yeah.
Okay. Again, this is what I'm saying is, so the person, let me get this straight. The person who put that bullshit out is now saying that it was bullshit.
Yeah, he came out and said that he doesn't know
Oh,
what
okay.
damn
Well,
thing.
He
okay.
just basically made it
Yeah.
into a clickbait article. That's what.
Yeah. I mean,
Yeah.
okay. This is why I say to people, get two sources on before you go live with stuff. Because like if anybody who went live with this stuff, they get the full retard award for the month of August. And this is August 2nd. Those people get the award. I don't know why people take these things. I mean, I get it. People want information so bad that they just can't wait for it. That's why one of my favorite clickbaity people he did something on Arcturus, swore up and down
God,
Xbox was
I knew that was gonna
Arcturus.
come up.
This person swore up and down, and then only for 24 hours later had to pull back and say, "Yeah, well, it looks like that wasn't true." But he understands that people want, people want information, and there's none out there in the community right now. Like their next information is the fake 4K. That's your information right now. Fake 4K on Gears of War. Talk about that.
Or high-paying Twitch streamers, you know?
Oh yeah, I'm sure we'll get into that. Yeah, the indentured servitude of a Twitch streamer. You know, so we'll I'm sure we'll talk about that too. So
Yep, we'll definitely get into that. So Sony confirmed that they have sold 100 million PlayStation 4s. This makes the PlayStation 4 the fastest selling console to reach 100 million in record time. Obviously, they overlapped last generation by, leaks, right? So, yeah. And obviously, we're getting ready to get into next generation. So, what you guys think about them finally hitting 100 million at this point in time?
I would say congrats to Sony. Congrats to Sony on making 100 million units sold.
Yeah. Okay. Craig?
Yeah. Considering where they were at the end of midway through, I guess it'd be 2008 or 9, whenever they were having all that trouble with PS3. It's a remarkable accomplishment. It clearly shows that both them and Nintendo have clearly shown that the console gaming isn't dead. What made that funny was Phil Spencer did that interview talking about console fatigue, and then they came right out. Sony and Nintendo come right out and say, well, we've sold 100 million consoles, and Nintendo comes out and says, we're at 37, close to 38 million. So there is no console fatigue. Shout out to Big Homie Sick. He's just like, he's right, people don't want the Xbox. They don't want it. So, it don't matter what kind of water that they bring. Fuck your water. Nobody wants that console.
Okay.
Yeah, so
I mean, we can all attest that content sells hardware, as per se, because there was a particular salesman going around that power sells everything. But at the end of the day, it boils down to what that content is actually going to cater to. Yeah. And quite frankly, for the lather of more than 20 plus years, Sony's gaming history has been quite intriguing and a little bit of a letdown at times, but for the most part, it's been delivering what it needs to the masses, and that's games, great compelling stories, and actual fun, not mundane kind of type style game. And it's just the basis of what's the formula that's been working for them for the past 20 years. It's just that cater to the not cater to the hardcore, but cater to the gamer to the sense where it makes them feel warranted for that purchase, not the other way around where you have to make up greaseless controllers and 750 variant colors of the same controller scheme all over again. Theme consoles, all this other jazz, and it really shows where staying to the basic roots of your fundamentals actually pays out in the long run.
Okay.
I don't care. I don't really care about them announcing like how much they sold, but what I do care about is games that I love playing on the PS4 this gen that sell well because it ends up getting a sequel at the end of the day. So that's what I really care about. So seeing that shows me that games like Spider-Man are gonna get sequels, God of War, possibly The Order. So it's good to see that aspect of it.
Okay. Good point. Excuse me to everybody in the chat. What's going on? How y'all doing? What's up, Elevated? I'm going down the list here. What's up, Jules? I turned slow mode off. Appreciate the heads up. What's up, John? Free Flow. Jamar Bates. Spartan, what's up? Don. What's in here? O'Neal, what's going on? Who else is in this chat? Got a lot of people in this chat. Bray, what's going on? Got All Day is Good.
Tuka.
We got Wraith, what's going on? What's up, Jamia?
O'Neal.
We got, what's in here? Nah, that got everybody. Everybody's going on the list. Hope y'all enjoying the show. Let's go ahead and get into the other portion. China Joy. Now, obviously, China Joy. I'm actually gonna play it here on the channel live since none of us saw it.
I'm gonna need that because I didn't see everything.
Yeah, I'm about to play that because the games were shown and they were pretty interesting. There were some pretty interesting games. So here we go. Let me turn that down a bit.
There were 3 or 4 that I saw that I actually was like, oh, I would buy that. You know.
There's one game that looks kind of like pixelated, but it looks like a pixelated version of Cyberpunk 2077. It was pretty sick.
What's up? All Day is Good.
What up,
Yo, you know what's
Matt?
crazy? Like Sony, they're like buying games and stuff like that, or getting games, investing in more games. And Microsoft over here buying streamers and shit as exclusive.
Oh, we're about to get into that, trust me.
We're gonna.
We'll get that.
Oh, don't forget, there was a person that actually said that it's quite the opposite. Microsoft is investing in more acquisitions.
Okay.
Yeah.
So that's fine. They can say whatever they want to say at this point. They're a bunch of losers. And nobody cares what the loser thinks at this point. At least I take that back. I don't care what they think at this point. They need to concentrate. They need to do something else. You know, shout out to J-Dub City. Like you said, they're going to go into hibernation like a spore. You know, how a spore will form a hard shell around itself so it can survive until the conditions are right where it can come out again.
So I don't get copyrighted. No.
Oh, you got a super chat there, Big Cloud.
Shout out to Jamia Dixon. He says PC Master Race in the building. Appreciate $2. Thank you.
Wow.
The game actually is on the screen. So this is from China Joy. A lot of these games we saw hints of. There was like some artwork for them in the past, and we were waiting for gameplay. So that's pretty much what China Joy showcased. Showcased those games. So like that game Fist that involved the rabbit with the mechanical arm and whatnot. That was here, and a few other surprises.
Yeah, I'm not getting a game with a rabbit on it.
Yeah.
I mean, I might get that deer game that Microsoft is going to have. So I'm really interested in that.
Oh, let's see this.
Now this game I want. Is this Evo Extinction or something like that?
I think so.
Yeah, I'm buying this. This is a day one for me.
Hero Project, or is it called China Hero Project?
The China Hero Project
China Hero.
is with the total
all these I
Sony.
believe are China Hero projects.
Yeah.
Kind of has like a Metal Gear vibe to it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Metal Gear and Splinter Cell possibly. So
starvation.
looks cool.
Cancer,
Yeah.
even
Yeah,
raging.
I like that little floaty ball
So
thing.
many believe this evolution
I want
would
one.
bring immortality.
Till you'll get
None
one till 2050.
expected it might
Oh, don't say that. I'll be dead by then.
to our extinction.
I'll be dead by the time. I mean, that's the kids' technology at this point. That'll be something that the kids of the day invent that.
Yeah.
That one looks quite interesting.
Yeah, this is the same one, isn't it?
Zoa?
Yeah.
Nah, there's more. There's more than one game that was shown.
Okay, yeah. I'm buying this. I assume it's coming to the PS4. Here's the one thing I really, well, now we're going to go into that, over that indentured servant. So, yeah, the Unreal Engine, people, the very underrated Unreal Engine, the best engine ever made. Nothing against nothing against Frostbite, but you know, that's Unreal, the best engine ever made. It's very malleable.
I mean, you could create most of anything, even race, even true to life racing physics with Unreal Engine. Like even, it's crazy. That engine in itself.
Oh shit, this looks sick.
Yep.
Yeah, that shit was pretty good.
Y'all watching on the live chat? Y'all watching the live chat.
Oh, I'm watching.
Yeah, on the live stream.
Yeah, you're allowed, or should I turn it up?
Like Mass Effect.
Should I turn it up? It's too low.
But like more polished.
Nah, this look more better than Mass Effect in terms of.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Oh, you talking about well, anything's better than Mass Effect. Yeah.
I'm liking this.
Anything better than Mass Effect, though. So, yeah, Mass Effect Andromeda was trash, and I'm streaming. So,
I'm like that.
And those Chinese dubs, they got some.
So these are. This may be a Japanese game. This may be a Sony.
Oh, this is a Japanese game.
This one is a Death Cop, though. It is.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Looks very interesting.
I kind of want to see a little bit more with the gameplay, though.
Yeah.
Besides just like shooting, but
well, it was moving pretty fast.
You know what's the funny
the
part
the movement looks pretty cool.
Yeah.
Kind of reminds me of Vanquish.
Like this, it would have been better.
Is this the one you were talking about, the pixelated one?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that's the one he's talking about.
Yeah. I love when devs like kind of fuck around with aesthetics in games and just try to make something unique and everything. It's kind of like refreshing, I guess.
Oh, that's look crazy too. All right.
Yeah. Like it looks
now, wait a
kind
minute,
of realistic in a way.
Is this Cyberpunk? Is this a Cyberpunk?
Oh God. Don't say it, this Cyberpunk. Come on.
Way different than Cyberpunk.
Come on.
Yeah, this looks really dope, man.
Man, it's just Cyberpunk.
I mean, it looks like Blade Runner.
Yeah.
Somebody just saved this, man.
Everything looks like Blade Runner.
Yeah. Well, that world.
You know, this kind of reminds me of. Y'all remember that game Schroeder that came out for PS4 at the start of the gen? They gave for free.
Oh yeah, I remember.
Yeah.
Kind of remind me of Schroeder.
Yeah. Now, this is very cyberpunkish with the coloring and stuff.
I like it.
Oh, I'm not complaining. Yeah.
I'm liking this little.
It's pixelated shit.
Yeah, it's different. It's something different.
Oh, yo, that's gameplay right there.
Yeah, this is gameplay. Yeah.
Oh shit.
This is this is showing some
There's a turnstile side.
Oh, boss fight.
All right.
Nice.
So Sony is showing more
shit.
gameplay than Microsoft showed at E3.
Yo, this is what's up. Yo, alright, look.
This shit looks fire, bro.
Shit look just like
pixelated games making a comeback, bro. 2020.
I mean, there was a few that were dope this gen, I ain't gonna lie. Well, Transistor was pretty dope.
Look, it's the
I like Transistor, even though it was only
that game was
pixels.
dope.
But look at that Unreal Engine. You see.
Oh yeah, this is it. This is Fist. This is that game Fist that looked dope. Yep. This is
the
Fist.
rabbit. No, this is Outer Worlds with this.
He said Outer Worlds with Disney.
Is all games on China Joy AP? No, they're not there. Is it Zolciak?
Shit.
Yo, wow, next level of detail.
That is.
Yo, these side scrollers looking realistic and shit now. Like,
yo, Craig, I'm gonna take you up on that. This one's gonna be a definite play for me.
Oh no, that's fine. It's got a rabbit.
I'm loving the attention to detail on the rabbit itself, especially in the fur. Even though it's a side scroll, this is looking insane.
I've never seen level of detail look this good in a side scroll game.
Yeah,
Are you
dope.
kidding me? What about Mario 64? That was great detail.
Oh God.
Yo, these power-ups and these weapons, bro.
This looks crazy.
I'm liking this though. I'm really liking this.
I'm liking the mechanics. There's like a lot of variety and shit.
Yeah, it reminds me of the. You remember the clips
Fist.
from Astro Chain?
Yeah.
Now I have to ask
yeah,
everybody in the chat, how come Microsoft didn't take a gamble on these guys?
Oh, these are
These are Japanese these are Japanese talent they're looking for a
I have the
publisher.
answer. I have the answer, but I know we're going to talk about it a little later.
Yo, nah, this is definitely a good game to play.
Mr. JTech TV in the building. What's up, fam? How you doing?
What's up, JTech? What's up, JTech?
Fist. Alright, this is gonna be a definite cop. Yes. I like this one.
I wish my hand moved as
Did I
fast as
see-
his.
I thought this was that other game with that raccoon on it. I forgot what it was called.
Oh, it's in here. You talking about the flying squirrel one? How'd you talking about?
The squirrel one?
Yo,
It's like a raccoon or some shit.
Yo,
Oh,
that's
no.
a gangster-looking
It might be in
rabbit.
It's called
here.
like Mutant.
Oh yeah,
something like
it's
that.
in here. I think it's in here. I think it's in here.
Oh, what's this right here? I like this press conference. This is showing a bunch of games.
Yeah, they weren't bullshit. They literally went
like
straight to
back-to-back.
games, no talking, no nothing, which is pretty good. Slomo said,
Sometimes
"Did
you gotta
see
keep it simple for the
Genshin
audience, man. And right
Yeah,
now,
for real.
I'm liking this right now.
Nobody want to hear no
Yo.
PR talk. Just show
Yep.
games.
Oh no, it's got a puzzle in there. I gotta move stuff around. I ain't playing this, but it does look pretty cool.
Yo, that chick looks scary, bro.
Oh, this is like on some Little Nightmares type shit.
Yeah, I ain't playing this. It's got
Yeah, I
puzzles.
don't know.
I ain't playing it. I do like
I
the
hate puzzles.
kids'
Nah,
head.
I like these type of games. It reminds me of Rhyme.
Well, I like that kid's head. But
If I gotta
doesn't
think
matter.
more than 10 minutes, then I ain't playing this shit.
Nah, bro, you gotta think sometimes. You gotta think.
Well, I mean that's why when everybody, and shout out to the people that streamed Uncharted Lost Legacy, because man that shit was impossible. Some of those puzzles that was ridiculous. So shout out to all the people that what the hell. Oh, I
Nah,
guess
this
you
looks a
can't
little
kill.
bit intriguing. Okay, you knock down stuff.
Oh,
Nah, I
Oh,
can't
shit.
do it.
Alright.
Ray said, "What's the name of the game?"
Whoa.
It should
Hold up.
be-
This reminds me of
Yo,
Darkness
J-Tech
Falls.
blocked me. I don't even know that dude.
You remember the story for Darkness Falls? You gotta stay within the light.
I did not know that. Yeah. Oh, okay.
Yeah,
I guess
it
if it
shares
gets-
the same concept. Yeah,
Oh,
it shares
okay.
that same concept. You
Oh,
gotta,
this is a horror puzzle game? Oh,
Yeah.
I didn't even
Yeah.
realize.
oh.
Until that
Does-
monster showed up.
So as long as he has that fire stick, she can't find. Well, she's found him again. Yeah.
Oh Lord.
Yeah. What was the name of that game?
Yo,
I don't
Lincoln.
know, but
This right here was reminding me of Nier Automata. I'm not even gonna lie.
yeah.
I was getting Nier Automata vibes with this
Oh,
one.
what's up? What's up, Lincoln?
Oh,
All right, what's up
shit.
to?
I'm a little
What's
bit
up?
behind.
Nightmare. Oh, in
Yeah.
Nightmare.
In Nightmare. Alright, have a good night. Yo, that looked crazy.
Nah, I ain't buying that.
Oh, this is the. I think
I'm
this is the
lying.
Genshin Impact shit. I think, right?
This is near Almamata, isn't it? Looks like it.
Yo, this looks crazy.
Oh man.
Yo, I love fucking hack and slash games, man.
Oh, okay. Well, I guess you can change clothes.
This is gonna be crazy.
I think this is.
It looked
the
good,
Genshin
but it's
Impact
like I
game.
was legit getting that Nier vibe though.
Yeah, I am too.
Look at that.
Wait, this is a Soul Aside?
Is
It's got
it
those,
Soul
it's
No,
got
no,
those
no.
vibes.
Solo Side has like a photorealistic art style.
Yeah.
Yo,
No,
this looks
everybody's
crazy.
looking forward to that.
Yeah, this looks like Cold Vein though. Looks like a Cold Vein.
Yo, these anime aesthetics to these games look a lot better than some of these photorealistic games sometimes.
Are you saying this looks better than Sea of Thieves? Is that what you're trying to say?
Yes, it does look
Of
way
course
better.
not. Sea of Thieves
Look
is
at
the game of the
look at
generation, bro.
I know, bro.
At least the enemies attack in this game, and Sea of Thieves they just stand around like a
Oh,
bunch
yo,
of
they vanish on this game? Oh,
Ooh.
shit. On some Dragon Ball Z shit.
Well, no, you didn't understand how hard it is to find that black pig. Let's see if AI limit. Yeah, no, I may buy that one. Anything with AI is good.
Oh, this is a different game.
So
Okay.
that,
Yo, this looks
that was all
sick.
yeah, that was all the
Yo,
games.
almost every game they
Oh,
showed
man.
is like a fucking banger.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that was all the
actually
games
was
though
pretty
that was
cool.
shown.
Yeah, well, I give them credit on that. Yeah, there were 2 or 3 in there that I'm gonna get. So
Yeah, pretty dope. Pretty dope
Nice,
presentation. It was pretty dope. Straight to the point. No bullshit, and they had games for days, pretty much.
yeah.
Definitely the game that surprised me the most though was Fist. I wasn't expecting that game to really catch my interest, especially when I saw the artwork for it.
Yeah,
I wasn't expecting that.
especially considering that it's a side scroller. That's
See,
not really
I didn't
seen
even
that
know it
much
was
in
a
that
side
genre.
scroller. They just showed the R4. You thought maybe maybe AAA budget type of game, and then we get this
Yeah.
down.
Nah,
And
that
it
just
looks
looked
pretty damn
crazy.
good for a side scroller, almost AAA budget in a way. So that was dope.
Yeah,
Definitely
I won't
dope.
deny. Yeah, I was impressed. Color me impressed.
Yeah, absolutely. Let's get into the other topic.
Oh,
Oh god.
So, Microsoft has signed Ninja, the streamer who he's a very popular streamer, more popular than Dr. Disrespect, if I'm not mistaken, right? He's the Fortnite guy. They signed him to pretty much stream exclusively only on Mixer, ladies and gentlemen.
mm-hmm.
And this is their way to push those. I'm guessing this is going to be a strategic way for them to get sales to the Xbox, since he's a big, well-known individual. So by default, he will bring like traffic to the actual stream. So I'm looking at it as. So that's legit a thing now. They're legit relying on this man to do that.
The only thing that I can say about that is just the fact that it's a lucrative amount of money that they're paying this guy, right?
Yeah.
And the only thing that he plays is just Fortnite. He doesn't play nothing else.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, what kind of sense? What kind of sense does it make to put somebody to play only just one game that's already on every other platform?
Just the traffic, because remember they I don't think they had I don't think anybody really bust out on the scene on Mixer like dudes be doing on Twitch,
Yeah.
Like a lot of these dudes on Twitch really be busting out on the scene.
But the thing is that Twitch has a more wider, broader audience than Mixer. That's the reason why Twitch is much more successful now. With Ninja, yeah, he's known, but he's only known for one type of style of genre, battle royale.
Mm-hmm.
And quite frankly, what happens if what are they gonna do? Are they just gonna advertise Fortnite for the Xbox, or are they gonna put him to play, do Gears, Halo, even other Xbox exclusives? Is he gonna do a live Mixer stream of him playing Sea of Thieves? Those are the things that you really got to look into before making such a big drastic investment.
Well, I'm sure that was part of it.
That's interesting theory. He said they pretty much did it because they believe he'll make Bleeding Edge, better. Like that's the thing. I don't think that would really make a big deal.
I kind of got a theory as
to that's fine
too.
I don't know about that one, Chief.
I think the reason why they brought
no, like they're doing. No, he's saying they're doing it just to like for them to bring traffic to.
Yeah, people got to understand it with Microsoft. Look, this is all about traffic, and they don't know what Google's going to do. Google owns YouTube, and they could just come out and say, in order for you to stream on YouTube starting whatever January 1st, 2020, you're going to have Stadia, because that's going to be designated to Stadia, and then at least Microsoft will have Mixer, and they'll have a popular streamer on there. But what they've done, there's another popular shooter coming out this fall. It's called Call of Duty. So, and Microsoft does not have any type of exclusivity to it. So, but if that kid tweets out, "Hey, look, I'm going to be playing Modern Warfare on Mixer," which means he'll either be on PC or Xbox, I assume. They will get more traffic. And the community, I got to understand that Microsoft is out of pretty much the console business. What I like about this signing is everybody can now see what Microsoft's future is. And that is that it's streaming. They have invested heavily. They paid this guy $5 million to stream, which is fine. Whereas at Yoshida, those games you saw at China Joy, he took a bunch of pictures with those developers, and he said how happy he was. I'm paraphrasing him. He's talking about how happy he is to see these projects because it helps with console gaming. So that you have now money in the bank, so to speak. You should be able to look at it and say somebody's investing in console gaming, and another group is investing in streaming. Okay, and here's services, and here's the money. Meaning, here's your proof now. So this whole notion of who's going to be doing streaming, putting it in the forefront, it's Microsoft. They just signed somebody to do it. Sony just saw BitCloud show you new games coming to the console and PC. Some of those games we're going to PC as well. So
yeah, I mean, it's not just that though. He ain't just doing that just to advertise their games. Let's be real here. The dude has a family. We saw that at the the Game Awards, right? So he has a wife and he has a kid. So obviously, he about to fatten those pockets. I think he signed like a $50 million deal with them. So $50 million just to stream exclusively on Mixer and whatever game, I'm guessing, whatever first party game. And I think this is actually might be strategic too if you think about it, because Gears of War 5 is coming out. So they could use his popularity to push Gears of War 5's multiplayer. Remember, that's like the main thing y'all see advertised is the multiplayer. They're silent on that single player. Not a single
great point.
Not a single thing is being mentioned on Gears of War. And I'm surprised a lot of y'all didn't bring that up. The multiplayer portion for Gears.
I'm surprised. Well, no, it's not a surprise if they're going to give out that slow mo in the chat. Shout out to him. So they gave him over 50. So if they're going to give you that much money, they now are going to tell you what you have to do. That's why I called it indentured servitude, because at least you're getting paid.
Yeah.
So if somebody gave me 50 million to stream, I'm sure it's going to be Gears. It's going to be Halo when it comes out, because again, Microsoft is all about getting eyes on, getting you to subscribe. So that's what they're about now. It's like Netflix and Hulu and all these other Amazon, like all these other services.
I think what they took in mind, that I think they saw the fact that he was really big on Halo 3. He was a pro player on that game, and they see that, and they see that Halo Infinite is coming up. So if they have him play that game, that is gonna bring a lot more eyes to it, because the people that were watching him play Fortnite are like kids that probably never played Halo before. So if they see him playing Halo, they're gonna be like, "Oh, damn, I'm gonna ask my mom to get me an Xbox or something like that."
Right.
And maybe that's what they're seeing from their point of view, and thinking that they might get more subscriptions off of Game Pass, or just more sales off of Halo Infinite in general. So that's kind of how I'm looking at it. It's kind of a smart move, but 50 mil, that still could have been put towards the production for like AAA games. But I mean, I guess it works either way. More people are gonna be playing on Xbox because of this dude, or the ecosystem that is Xbox.
Yeah, and I think that's what they're looking forward to. Yeah, somebody, Bleeding Edge. They've got, again, they don't have any exclusive games, so they signed somebody to do things exclusively for them on their on their service. So that's what they're doing, and I'm glad they did it, because now all these people they can't say, well, what Microsoft's future is going to be. They just told you what it was. We're going to be streaming. We're going into it heavily. And end of discussion. So once again, don't try to come on with the BS and the quote unquote fuck shit and the fuckery. This is your future. If you invest in the Microsoft platform, it's streaming. Okay, it is streaming. That's your future. I mean, you don't pay somebody that kind of money. Well, like Pablo just said, man, how many exclusive game deals could they have gotten with that 50 million? I mean, think about that. A lot,
So we could have seen more investment in like AAA production and like these games, and now that money has gone to him, the quality of these games might be of lesser value now, because they gave this dude so much money. So I don't know. I mean, maybe they have enough money lying around to put more effort into these studios, but who knows until we see like what they look like, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Only time will tell. But for my take on this is just why invest into a streamer instead of investing into making your ecosystem much more productive.
To add on to that, again, like I said, this could be strictly for Gears of War, right? But I'm thinking, odds are this is not going to be the only streamer. This ain't going to be the last streamer they try to invest into. I don't think this would be the last one. There's probably going to be more that they're looking at to invest into. They're probably going to do.
I can see them getting Tfue for
right.
sure.
I can see them going after female streamers for certain games. Right. I can see them doing that.
Pokemon. Who else you got? You got a couple of even this other Twitch streamer and Zombie Unicorn, but
that sounds terrible.
And you got to think about like that Bleeding Edge game too, because there's a lot of female characters on there, so they're gonna want to push a lot of female streamers to play that game that are like big on Twitch.
Yeah.
I mean, we forgot they're trying to diversify themselves. Remember, they came out with remember this slow-mo, our Blacks and Xbox controller. So they are trying to diverse and reach out to different gamers. So obviously, I can see them reaching out for female gamers for sure to push that. So that's definitely something on the horizon. Whether or not it's going to, I don't think it's going to happen immediately, right? Because they just dropped 50 large on Ninja. I'm thinking they're going to wait for the right game. Kind of like Sea of Thieves. Notice how cosplayers were all over Sea of Thieves? They dressed up like pirates. Remember that?
Yeah.
And, stuff like that. They're looking for those type of streamers, I can definitely see, to appeal. I would not be surprised if they came after, everybody knows who Ali A is, right? I know a lot of you in the chat probably know who that is. But I wouldn't be surprised if they go after Ali A for info.
Yeah, maybe they go after your good friend Big Cloud Dealer, since Mike Ybarra is following him. Maybe they go after him. I mean, they could. I mean, they obviously are following.
Man alone. Hey, shout out to Dealer though. He actually reached out after my last video. So shout out to Dealer.
No. That's what I'm saying. I'm not mocking.
I know he's getting a lot of flack.
The thing is, how many corporate salesmen? How many corporate slave salesmen do you need to sell your brand when you already have a Twitch streamer who's bigger than all of them put together?
Well, again, you got to look at the long term. I mean, they're going into streaming. They're looking at 10 years down the road. I don't know how old something that calls itself Ninja is, but Pablo made a great point. If the Halo thing he can do for them next year, and you're trying to get the next generation of people to buy into what you're doing. And if he's popular amongst kids playing Fortnite or whatever that game is they play, then you pay this guy to stream. Again, don't be shocked if he streams the Call of Duty game, and then more people may buy it on Xbox, because that's embarrassing. That game's going to come out and it's going to probably do better on PlayStation, but they'll say, well, we have this many people watching the stream. Yeah. And it helps Mixer. Yeah, and it helps Mixer, because Mixer apparently wasn't, according to what people have said about streaming, was one of the worst places to go. It was putting up, what's that thing? It was on PlayStation, Daily Motion. That shit was trash. I mean, but they may have to bring it back or get their own streaming service, because low key, Google can say, nobody's going to be using our streaming service. They won't do it, but they could. They're petty like that. So they can say you're not going to stream on YouTube unless you have a Stadia device. You have to put in a Stadia code. Then you can stream all day. So and people got to really remember that and Google is not in there to be their friends and hold their hands. They're in there to win. And this is a direct strike against Stadia. Phil Spencer ain't no idiot, and neither is Microsoft. Google stuff works.
Ryan Landers brought up a good point. He said, "Do you think they'll get like Minecraft streamers?" Again, there's a streamer. There's like every game you enter, whether it be on PlayStation's like live thing where they live stream. Well, any game you look up, there's always a distinctive streamer dedicating his channel to it, or just playing that game. There's always a streamer for it. Yeah. So Minecraft has a dedicated fan base, and I guarantee they're looking for that next big Minecraft player, or that huge personality in Minecraft, and they're really looking for that. So I would not be surprised, man. If you have 1,000 like concurrent people watching you stream a game, best believe you're going to get a call from Microsoft about whatever game you're playing for the future reference.
Or an email. They'll contact you.
That's what I was just about to say too, because
you're gonna get that.
What if they're trying to get streamers that stream on Mixer or like Twitch right now that are playing like something like Gears, for example? I know Gold Glove TV. I know he was into like playing Gears for a while. Like maybe they could call him so that he could promote the game even more and like
Yeah.
kind of get it into more hands.
And
But I don't know.
no, Pablo,
It's
you're
kind
making
of
a
an
good point
interesting
because
way to like advertise the game.
wasn't it Aaron Greenberg or Mike Ybarra that was saying something about somebody asked him, one of those two, about how come we haven't seen any commercials for Gears, and they came and I don't know if it was Ybarra or Greenberg that came back with something about, well, a lot of people are watching TV. There's other ways to advertise. So I think that you're legitimately onto something. If they could just go ahead and spend whatever, if they paid somebody, $6 million to stream Gears of War that's got a popular channel, they'll do it.
What do you think is more cost effective than them partnering with a big, well-known streamer, right? Who clearly has, the reach to a certain demographic of people or a certain just broader spectrum of gamers, right? You don't think they will reach out to them and just simply use them to get the games out there in terms of traffic? Yeah. That's what they'll do. It's a cheap way. And they'll probably go halfway through. Like, they'll spend half of what they're doing now on advertisement games because majority of their advertisement will come strictly from the community, the actual streamers.
Yeah, the community. Yeah, you're right.
I think the route they're trying to go is, like, by word of mouth and, like stream sites like Twitch and Mixer definitely help out with that because people that are watching, they'll be telling their friends on their social media accounts, be like, yo, this dude's playing this game, like he got some sick plays on it, so let's try this out. So I think that's the approach they're trying to go with it, and it's better for them, like how you guys were saying, it's more cost effective because it's better to spend like 50 million on like one dude compared to spending like almost $500 million on like advertisements on TV, like posters on on trains and shit like that. So it's better for them in the long run, I guess.
Yeah, it's cost effective. I mean, I think that's the proper term to use in marketing. You just give somebody this amount of money, and he or she will put this many eyes on product. And it's about that next generation, Pablo. Like you said, if these kids may not have ever seen Halo being played before because a lot of them, they probably don't know about it.
Yeah. Kind of makes you wonder, they've been peeping stuff that Google's been doing. Because remember, Google officially ended Hangouts on air. Not Hangouts, but Hangouts on air. So you can't do Hangouts, on air anymore. Yeah. But you can still do Hangouts, but you just got to do it through different means, like OBS.
Which I can't do. Which I can't do.
The thing is this, though, right? It kind of makes you wonder, were they watching podcasts? Were they heavily watching podcasts and taking notes?
Yeah.
Like, okay, you know what? Man, these dudes, these gamers nowadays listen to gamers in the community rather than articles. You know what I'm saying?
Well,
rather than stuff like that.
The whole Mike Ybarra thing answers the question about if they're watching podcasts. The whole Mike Ybarra thing answers that. So yeah, they are watching. And again, I've said before that it's I truly do believe that now nobody, like Keith Sweat says, nobody can say what is Microsoft's future. Their future is streaming. They gave somebody, a gazillion dollars to stream. They
we haven't even seen the tip of the iceberg yet. Just imagine these streamers, right? How like streamers always unbox stuff live on the streams. They go, this guy sent to me by XYZ. Lamar Wilson does it all the time in his videos, right? Say Xbox sent me this custom Fortnite console. How much you want to bet? How much y'all willing to bet that Google probably will catch on and might stream or might partner with streamers, right? And they go, oh guys, we partnered by Google. Oh, here's the new Stadia. Let's open it and check it out. I can see stuff like that happening. I can see it happening.
Yep.
I can definitely see
it. Something I want to point out to Sam real quick. Like, I get that streamers won't make you buy it, but casual people that they follow like big entities in the entertainment business, that will. Like, hardcore gamers, they know, like, they separate us from how they cater to casual gamers. Like, they see that they like to follow like big entity, like personalities and everything, and they see that they have big influences in gaming. Like I'm sure, like him playing. I remember seeing Ninja play Final Fantasy 14, I think it was, online.
Yeah.
And like I'm sure that brought a lot of traction to that game because a lot of the people are there for him to play Fortnite. So
he got the reach.
That game, he has a big reach, believe it or not. And
Well, he won a gaming award,
Is
didn't
that
he?
a bad thing? I'm not sure. Like,
Yeah, there was a
I mean,
dude
he
who
won
was
a game
in a
award.
positive way.
Resident Evil.
Yeah, well, didn't he
Yeah.
win a gaming award?
Yeah.
I mean,
I think
He
I
won a
think he
gaming
did, yeah.
award along with Dr. Disrespect, I believe, too. Like,
Yeah, so-
favorite
They might
stream.
grab him too as well, Dr. Disrespect, for like
you know
PUBG.
he's they'll probably wait for the traffic, like the negativity, the die down first
Yeah.
with him. Because remember, he's still got
for
that
sure.
drama with him with the cameras in the bathroom thing. So
Ew.
Oh,
you mean ill? You didn't know that? We talked about that a long time ago. He brought cameras into the public bathroom by accident, or he claims by accident, but he had a production crew following him around. They went into the bathroom.
Oh, well, then, yeah, that's not an accident.
So
yeah,
he did that to himself. But
yeah.
Yeah. You know, he effed up. But no, they've I think that's what they're going to do. But what I do like about it is we now know what Microsoft's future is.
Yeah.
So because you got that kind of money just to give to one man, I can see if he brought 2 or 3 dudes with him or a crew, but our Fortnite crew. I don't know if he does that, but the fact that you got people online bragging about a human being exclusive, and it's like, it's like
yeah. I saw a good
like
question here. He said, or I saw a pointer he made. He said, kids will not watch Ninja play Gears. Here's the thing, they actually would. These bigger streamers, it doesn't really matter what they stream anymore. They'll watch because they have a dedicated following. Those who legit subscribe like monthly, whether they become supporters or subscribers or whatnot like that, they'll watch regardless. It doesn't matter what they really do.
Yeah.
And
I mean,
to add further proof to that, one of the worst streamers that I possibly can think of, it doesn't matter what he really plays, he still gets the dudes to watch. Like, it's always the lowest he'll get in terms of like viewers. If he picks something, let's say he picks something that his channel is not built upon, right? Like The Witcher. He would get like 200 concurrent viewers. So clearly these people will watch whatever these streamers will play. You know, look up Dank Ops. Dank Ops is a YouTuber who focuses heavily on WWE 2K games. He is not playing, like, he branched out in numerous games. He doesn't just play WWE 2K games. He plays UFC games. He plays Madden, for God's sakes. You know what I'm saying? He's doing all this, and people are watching him, and they're turning to series. They'll watch it.
And not only that, he could. I mean, with this deal with Ninja, they might actually revitalize the multiplayer aspect of Halo with Ninja theme-based custom Spartan logos or
custom Spartan skins.
Yeah, like skins and stuff like that. They might even revitalize that franchise a little bit, because Halo 5. The Halo 5 multiplayer is not that bad. It's actually okay.
Yep.
But it's pretty much that.
People gotta realize that these kids that are watching him play like Fortnite, they're really easy to influence. Like,
exactly. They look up to these kids.
But they'll play anything this dude will stream on live. So
well, that's true. And
let's be real here too, to add further point to what you just said. Y'all know, like I said, Ali A, right? Everybody knows Ali A.
Yeah.
How many of these little kids do y'all see legit watch his breakdown videos, whether it be on weapons or skills or perks or whatnot for Call of Duty? How many of these little kids actually watch those and legit you see them try to use those classes in games?
Yes, I didn't know that. Those people.
Y'all forgot about that. These kids, you forgot about that. These bigger YouTubers, these streamers, they have access to this type of following to do that. So that's what they do.
When I was younger, I would try to do that too and shit.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, yeah. And shout out, look, and nobody, and I don't want people to think anybody here is hating on it. Like somebody, Somo put down, they gave him $1 million just to stream the EA game, that horrible game that they put out. So, not Anthem. No, it was the other one, the shooter. People were just running around shooting each other.
Apex Legends?
Yeah, Apex. Yeah, they gave Ninja $1 million for that. And Slomo said it stole people away from Fort Pub. So we'll have to go ahead and.
That's a fact.
Oh man, I just thought about that too. Imagine they came out with a PUBG 2. They got the streamer for it. They got the perfect streamer with the following. So what I'm saying? They got the perfect streamer. They got the guy who's got the following. So this is This would be an interesting concept for him. This would be interesting.
Yeah, and again, they think, and to me, it's a blow against Amazon, because he was bringing Amazon money too, and Jeff Bezos may wake up and be like, look, I'm going to have to go out and get somebody else. Now I know that Twitch just okayed breastfeeding, so that may pick up some.
That's the topic that I want to even go into as well.
Yeah, so maybe they're gonna get some people to come in there and look at a boob. I don't know. So,
this is the topic I also want to add.
This is getting crazy, man.
What's up? What you want to add there?
Will Mixer follow the terms of service of every streamer? Let's say if Ninja decides to do something that's bad, and let's say Microsoft just let it slide. And he repeats it again and again and again.
I'm pretty sure they will be lenient to the bigger streamers, right? These certain bigger streamers will get a pass on certain things, but I don't believe they will wipe everything under the rug. I don't think everything will be wiped, I think they'll be just a little lenient to those who have the huge following. So, for example, Dr. Disrespect. What do we know from Dr. Disrespect for? For being just over the top, right? He always is over the top. He's always fucking, dropping F-bombs, everything. He's over the top. So they'll be lenient to guys like that. He says something, do something a little crazy. They won't give a shit. You know why? They look at the numbers. And that's pretty much what they're going to be at the mercy of, those numbers, those concurrent viewers. If they see them concurrent viewers drop to a certain, let's say to a certain level where they deem not necessarily helping them, then they'll start holding those type of people responsible. I can see.
Yeah, and we'll have to wait and see. This all could blow up in their faces, but I just truly believe what they're doing is they're gearing towards the next generation. I mean, when you have YouTubers, major Xbox YouTubers saying that, Sony is going to wipe the floor with Microsoft next generation, and everybody's just kind of like, yeah, they're going to do that. So, okay, well then you can counter that, and you slow down what Google's doing, and you slow down what Amazon, who they were talking about getting into the console thing. But shit, if they sit up there and take one of your main streamers, I'm sure somebody will replace it. I'm just glad that I guess this guy replaces something that calls itself a PewDiePie. So, I guess this guy replaces
PewDiePie.
Yeah, so I guess this
imagine if they got PewDiePie on Mixer. Jesus.
Oh no, don't even go there.
Yeah, they probably won't. He may be a little too radioactive. But my point is that some people think that it's going to start a bidding war with streamers. Like, well, you gave him 25 million, you need to give me 28 million, stuff like that. So we have to wait and see, though. It's interesting. So we'll have to wait and see.
No, right?
Want to hear something funny?
What's up?
Just in, Microsoft signs Belle Delphine for $20 million.
Oh no!
I don't think anybody will find value in Belle Delphine, especially since she lost her Instagram. So.
Oh
yeah. The chick who sold the bathwater.
Oh man, that's terrible, man. I bought some of that.
Oh Jesus!
Come on, Craig.
I did.
Craig, I prefer buying DSP sauce than Belle Delphine's bathwater.
Well, people are thirsty. People actually went out and bought
it. Like I said before, you ain't lying when it comes to dudes being thirsty. Dudes was legit drinking it. So yeah.
I will sell my headboard. So my headboard is for sale for $19.99. So, because I can get that RGB keyboard I've been wanting for like 2 months.
Damn.
Yeah. But yeah. Well, what's the next topic?
Well, y'all top it down on that.
Look, I'm not gonna sit up there. Somebody has gets millions of dollars to play games. I guess that's like the streamer wet dream. Hey, I can just stay home and play games and getting guaranteed money. So it is what it is.
Whoa! Some breaking news here. Riot Games is working on a fighting game. The people that made League of Legends. That's kind of interesting.
Oh,
okay.
Yeah, Slow-Mo dropped the point there. He said, dude, their games are in Game Pass. They don't even want them to buy games anymore. They want them to subscribe. These kids are already running up their parents' credit cards for Fortnite emotes. That's true.
That is true.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Wow.
That is a good point. Because if they hear Ninja say, "Hey guys, subscribe to Game Pass, you get 100+ games," these kids will fucking do it, man. I'm telling you, it's so easy to influence these kids nowadays.
Yeah, and parents nowadays don't even check the damn the rating of games.
Yeah, they don't even check.
You notice that, right? You see it at GameStop all the time. They'll
Yeah.
go, this game contains this, that, and the third, and they'll go, Jimmy got an A on his report card.
Make the kid happy and leave the parents alone. They don't care.
They're like Jimmy got an A on his report card, so yeah, he's got it. They don't care what's in the damn game.
Yeah, they know what these games are.
I remember when I was younger, my mom wasn't bullshitting. I remember when I was younger, I had to come up with the most bullshit lie I could think of to get God of War 3, but she wasn't bullshit. She saw that fucking rating. She was like, yeah, this game contains sex, blah, blah. My mom was like, damn, what? I was like, oh, no, that's just for like the first intro. It's like an intro scene. I dodged the bullet on that one.
God damn.
That shit was funny. But I guess let's get into the other one right here. This is actually, I'm liking what I'm seeing. I don't know if you guys seen it. Should I put it on the screen? Do you guys want to see it? The Call of Duty multiplayer trailer?
Yeah, I didn't see it. I didn't see that.
I just saw it right now.
You saw it?
Jay Barry was talking about it last night.
Yeah, hopefully they don't act like assholes on the stream for this. But hold on, you know how they act when you show Call of Duty on the thing, like Activision. I mean,
Yo, Jemiah, I used to work at GameStop, bro. Like most of the people that was buying the skins was kids, man. They would come here and be like, "Hey, can I get a $20 PSN card?" Like, yeah, come on, bro. I know about this, man.
Yeah, I mean, they get money from the parent or grandparent.
Fortnite alone revenue is higher than most even exclusives right now. Their ad revenue is retarded.
Yeah,
like
that's why Epic. Yeah, they use that money to get the Epic store, and they get more exclusives.
Yeah,
so making the Steam gamers or whatever that thing is, they're getting pissed off. Every time I look up, Epic's got a brand new game. They're like, no, you can't do this. Like, yeah, we can. It's like, yeah, we can.
This is the new COD, ladies and gentlemen.
I'm buying this.
Good.
I'm buying this.
So they claim this is.
Try out.
Yeah, I ain't gonna lie. It plays pretty. It looks pretty smooth. I like the new fact that you can switch between different sites. Like you turn the gun. I like that. That's a cool, nice added addition to the game. And of course, it's going to come down to gameplay. Though, at the end of the day, it's coming like
60 frames. It's 60 frames a second, and so it ought to be fun. And if you like Call of Duty, it'll be fun.
So they got it to 60.
I believe, yeah. All the other.
Well, that's because they were rocking the same engine. They didn't really do much with the engine. So
yeah.
Oh, okay.
But they got a new engine, like they're claiming. Well, I guess Digital Foundry will legit confirm that, right?
Yeah.
So that's what that was. But it looks good. I thought it looked dope. I like that. Gun runner.
Drones.
Yeah. That's a nice addition.
Okay. I mean,
I like what they did with the mechanics. Like,
this is cinematic gameplay. Like, I want to see actual game.
This is the multiplayer.
Yeah, this is multiplayer.
Yeah, this is the multiplayer reveal. They're like, they're really putting a big emphasis on night vision.
Yeah.
Oh, I did like that reveal right there. Though they showed the Juggernaut suits coming back, so that was cool. I did that kill streak when I was into it, so that was cool.
And
I think they teased a nuke at the end of this too, so I'm guessing the nuke is back.
No, I think I know what you're talking about. It's some type of.
It's like a nuclear explosion at the end of this trailer, something like that, and I think that was the nuke.
Yeah, let me find it.
Damn, that's a big old thing right there. I'm gonna drop that guy.
Ah, damn.
Oh, missiles.
I mean, look, I'm not gonna lie, it does look clean. I can't hate. It does look clean. It's just gonna come down to performance for me. And if they actually learn, obviously them servers. Yeah, I know how it is. They said it's going to be an open beta, which again is smart on their part. But how many times they have open betas and the damn game is still running like ass when we get it? So
well, again, I'm not buying this for the multiplayer. I will get it for the campaign. I heard the campaigns was real.
There's the open beta. They said you can get early access.
Now you piqued my curiosity.
I'm saying it's got a little something with it. It's got a little something. I'll give them credit. It's got a little appeal, you know, just a little appeal that I might look at for it. But
this is what I was looking forward to.
Yeah, I like that. I like the nice subtle changes. I like that.
Yes.
I do like those nice subtle changes.
Go back to what worked initially with your franchise, the campaign.
They apparently have a really good campaign on this. Now, we haven't seen anything about their campaign yet. So that's what everybody's waiting on, to see that. So,
because that Black Ops 4, that shit was...
Oh yeah, I just ran around in a circle with that game. That game was trash.
Hey, that's a good point. Good point, Tom Jerry. I like that name, the cartoon reference. But he said, "Is there dismemberment?" From what I saw in that, I don't think so. I don't think there's dismemberment in that at all. I didn't see no dismemberment, which was it's definitely an L. A loss.
Is he talking about like specialists?
No specialists. They confirmed there's no specialists in that.
Yeah. And you cannot call in the B2. There is no B2. There's an A10, no B2.
That's basically the same thing.
There's the white phosphorus, which maybe is the nuke. I'm not sure.
That's is that what that was? I'm not sure. I thought that was a gunship.
That could be. Yeah.
It was a gunship. That phosphorus thing. I know what you're talking about. I think that's a gunship. But if it is the nuke, then it's the nuke. But yeah, there was that for sure. No, I don't know. I don't know how I really feel. You know, I guess I don't want to be fooled. Anymore.
Well,
I don't even want to take a gamble on this. So,
and it's got crossplay, so you'll be able to play with Switch and the computer top.
Yeah.
With that game. So, so I have to wait and see.
Mm-hmm.
Man,
that sucks.
When's the open beta coming?
Well, the game will be out October 25th. It said, so I'm guessing sometime around there.
September something.
Yeah, probably September.
And you can play first on PlayStation beta. So
if you pre-order, you get early access. So I'm guessing maybe it'll be, maybe like you'll have it like extended by like a day or two, maybe.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Which is gonna be a pain in the ass because you're gonna have those sweats already knowing what the fuck to do when you get the game. So it's gonna be a pain in the ass. There's gonna be that.
That pre-order.
What was you about to say?
That pre-order, we might have to jump on, depending on how things go along.
I'm gonna peep it. I'm gonna check it up. I want to see, if this actually is, the fix. If this is the one that's supposed to rekindle the love for the franchise, right? If this is it.
The first one and the third one were actually pretty good. As far as the campaigns. So, but they just had the first one. They gave that away on PlayStation, and I played that again. I was like, wow, I forgot how much fun this campaign was.
Are you talking about
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. There's still like they made some gems in the Call of Duty series. They have MW2, which still remains one of the GOATs. COD 4, the original. What was it? World at War was good. Great story there.
World War's real good, yeah.
Black Ops 1 had the dopest story yet with the Reznov, twist, and pretty much you're the guy who killed Kennedy. So that was a cool, nice little spin there. So they were clearly creative in the past, but they kind of lost track with the whole futuristic
sci-fi.
Yeah, it was the futuristic sci-fi nonsense. That was the thing that brought them down.
Infinite Warfare, I like that one. But I
couldn't get into that at all. I mean, they had the dude turn into a damn dog, and he was like running around. I couldn't do it.
Wait a minute.
Oh yeah, dude.
The robot, you remember the robot? Like they turn into like it acts like a dog. Like he starts running, like a power up or whatever.
No, I never saw that.
I mean, I played the Infinite Warfare campaign story. It was
I played that.
I mean, come on, let's be real here. Y'all remember when they copied Destiny? They brought the, like that golden pistol that Destiny 1 had, where it's like a one shot. They pretty much put that in Call of Duty with that chick. Same thing with Black Ops 3, I think, right? The specials abilities, or not even specials abilities. They were just abilities, right? Your enhanced abilities. So again, they did stuff like that. And it was like, I get what y'all trying to do. Y'all trying to freshen it up, which is cool. They succeeded in freshening it up and keeping people interested. But at the same time, it's like you're eliminating the audience. You know, you're taking away from the audience. You know, people who are interested. So that's the problem with COD, man. But hopefully this one is good. I do have my fingers crossed. We do deserve a new one, next gen especially, coming around. So, you know, it should look good. It should be good. But, you know, I don't know. Hard to really get excited after you've seen the same game, you know, for so long.
Yeah, I'm excited for it. When they said they were going to go back to the Modern Warfare type thing, and is it a spiritual remake of the Modern Warfare that came out today? I mean, it's still the show at E3 to this day. The 360, when they showed that on Xbox 360, that made the Tom Clancy franchise, which was the benchmark franchise at the time, it went away like overnight. It went away. So it was. So I was laughing. I'm like, damn, you know. So, but yeah, we'll have to wait and see. We'll find out in a few more weeks when it comes out. So.
Yep. That is true.
Exactly.
All right.
One
so,
shot, one kill.
So I uploaded this yesterday, but obviously this is on the topic that's what we're gonna bring up today. So I know. So Sony has already given you the heads up that prices for the next gen PlayStation 5 will indeed possibly increase if the tariffs caused by President Donald Trump continue. They pretty much teamed up with Microsoft and Nintendo to tell the president that you know, this is not going to be good, you know, for us and for pretty much the market, you know, with these consoles. But unfortunately, odds are that's not really going to get through to him at all from what things are looking like. And
Yep, exactly.
Yeah, that's what's going on. But for those that do not know, Donald Trump is adding an additional 10% on the goods that he bought, right, pretty much on the $300 billion worth of electronics that he bought from China. And the reason why he's doing this is because he claimed that China was not honoring their side, like they weren't buying a lot from us or something like that. But I'm like, if you think about it, right, China doesn't really need a lot of shit that we have.
No,
I mean,
they don't need a lot of shit that we have. I mean, you know, they don't.
They manufacture their own products and their own stuff, so.
They don't need a lot of shit. And, you know, I could get where people are coming from. They're like, well, you know, this is supposed to fight like, what was it, copyright infringement or something like that? That's what they said. That's what they were doing this for, or something like that. But again, it's like the whole situation. It's like, again, Microsoft. China doesn't need this shit. They don't need it. They're good. They're in a league of their own. Mm-hmm. You know, we buy a majority of our shit. Like a majority of the stuff you own in your house is made in China. So for him to raise the tax and whatnot, again, this is just gonna piss people off, and we're gonna end up paying more for stuff. You know, Dollar General, one of the main spots we go to for shit. You know, whether it be grocery or whatnot, that's just gonna increase. You know, this shit's gonna affect everybody.
He doesn't care about that though.
Yeah. And eventually it's going to lead to China looking for another, you know, country to make a deal with, pretty much, to manufacture things. Some people said that, this should just be like something that basically China should take a note of and basically, you know, manufacture strictly in the U.S. with their products. Again, China's not going to do that. Why would they? Why? No. They don't need to do that. They have their own thing.
Yeah, and not to mention, are they willing to, pay U.S. citizens about $20 an hour?
No, they're not. Well, I mean, they're not gonna make you rich when they have their own economy and stuff like that. And again, I said this over a year ago, and people who follow me know that I said this, that these consoles could cost, because they're gonna be capable of doing. You're gonna be paying anywhere from. You need to be willing to pay the $600 to $700,
right?
And these are the same people that are in the PC community. They will go ahead and give NVIDIA $1,000.
I mean, I think I speak for a lot of people in the chat, right? I think I speak for you guys here on the panel. You're willing to buy the PS5. Everybody's willing to invest in that PlayStation 5. But if that price tag is anywhere near $600, it's going to be a slow installment. Like, a lot of you are not just going to jump on that. You probably y'all not going to jump on this immediately. Y'all going to just wait. You know, y'all going to wait. And
that's
this is really and Sony's smart to team up with Microsoft and Nintendo. So really good up on three of them for trying to fix this. But it's bad though. It's bad that we're getting here. You know
what happened? Continue. Go ahead, Carlos.
Nah, my whole thing is with this, right? This only benefits big corporate-minded individuals such as Donald Trump. Those tariffs are just to make them more money at the long run. So if you charge an initial 10% on every product that these companies buy from these vendors outside of the United States, it's really them that are benefiting. And a lot of people that are talking about, is defending the intellectual properties of the United States. What intellectual properties? Because most of the intellectual properties of the United States are all foreign.
Exactly.
This is why you gotta really look into the emphasis of what's going on, not because of what one individual who's certainly a dumbass doesn't really care. He's already rich.
And some people believe just because they have a, like they have their station, like they have a flu. Like obviously, y'all know Sony has like headquarters in the U.S. They have a headquarters in Japan, obviously in Tokyo. But a lot of people believe just because they have a headquarters in the U.S. that it's no big deal. All they have to do is just comply and again start manufacturing strictly in the U.S. And a lot of you fail to realize they're not doing that shit. They have their own setup. They're not doing that. They're not doing that. They're not going to put more money just to create another warehouse or whatnot, right? A huge warehouse to manufacture strictly here in the hopes of possibly not paying an additional 10% on stuff that they've already made. They're already being charged 25% already. And then you just throw in an additional 10%? That's like somebody taxing your check. You know what I'm saying? That's like somebody taxing your check and like going, everybody seen the movie Ray? You remember the movie Ray with Jamie Foxx? Mm-hmm. You remember the asshole who was taking like cut-tie people's checks so they were late to the bus?
Yeah.
Remember that? Imagine shit like that with your paycheck.
Oh.
Yeah. Well, again, it's just people can start saving money. Shout out to Jemiah Dixon, a $2 holler. Say y'all better get a second paper route. I mean, again, I don't know why people think I'm gonna be able to play games in 4K native at 60 frames a second, and I'm only gonna pay $300-400. Are you out of your mind?
No. We're not debating that. That's not gonna be the case.
Well, yeah, 500 is not bad, but like, damn.
But 600, $700.
That's like PS3 territory right there.
Well, no. But if you trade in your PlayStation Pro, or you trade in your Xbox, if you trade in your original PlayStation, they'll knock off anywhere to $150, and so you'll still be right kind of where you
Man, that shit'll knock off $80. Come on.
Well, that's still better. Okay. All right. So what if it's $699 and then you get it down to $620?
Bro, ain't nobody gonna jump to the moon to trade in no damn Pro or PS4 just to get $80 off a damn $700 console. Everybody about to do no shit.
Not to mention this, Craig, you have to pay a full game $60 plus PSN and another controller.
Yeah, exactly.
Slomo. Please tell me you're. Well, hold up, Slomo. Please tell me you're home. Get your ass in the chat, man. Cause he dropped a good point. The manufacturing cost in here alone is higher than in China.
So they're not. Yeah, so they don't.
I forgot about that. Sony, that is true.
Sony and Microsoft can move their production. Microsoft can move some of their production to this is up to AMD. They can move part of their production to Brazil. That is a secondary point.
Cryptocurrency is going to go up to. I forgot about cryptocurrency. That shit go return.
Yeah, but it's cryptocurrency.
That shit go return.
You have some of these dudes thinking that just because Microsoft is an American-based company, that they also don't have any parts provided to them through a outsourced vendor.
Oh, look at this bit. This shit right here. Kat Zingano knocked out, or she beat Chris Cyborg by decision. Look at this fake shit. No fucking way.
That never happened.
No, on the screen, on the game screen.
Well, I'm just saying they can move stuff to the Philippines. I mean, there's all kind of things they can do, but they're already expecting a lower, like Sony, Microsoft is already expecting a lower adoption rate. They're already expecting it. They've already.
And now we know why. Now we know why. Because out of fear for this shit, they're fearing this
possibly.
Shit. Yeah. He said, can the USA not import them through Europe Is that expensive?
No, it's that expensive. They're not going to move production. AMD's not going to move production in Europe.
Does it affect the cost of games in a way?
Yeah,
games?
it might.
Oh.
No, I don't know. That's kind of a mixed bag, right? Like I'm guessing that would be strictly games that we get from China. You know what I'm saying? Like from those developers that are like stationary. So maybe those particular games, maybe some of the first party games, if that was the thing, right? But I don't think it would affect the majority of their games because, again, Sony has a lot of American devs that we know and love, like Naughty Dog and whatnot. So I don't think that will affect the major. No. But I don't want to sit here and, and say like, oh, everything will be safe. Nah, I don't believe everything will be safe. But I don't want to say everything will be safe.
Yeah, I think it's much to do about nothing. They have 1 month to work out a deal. Yeah, so and they'll work out a deal.
I just noticed something too. Y'all notice that we bitch about like a lot of people bitch about. I know I do too. I'm not even saying I'm gonna say it. I'm alive. I'm gonna say it. But you know how we bitch about Nintendo when they have like the cost of their like pro controllers, like like $70 for a pro controller. Imagine that shit now. I'm talking. You paying like $80 for a fucking pro controller.
And I can't say shit about that too, because my dumbass went out there and bought like 2 of them.
You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? This shit, like a lot of people don't understand. Like that shit gonna come back. It ain't good. It ain't good, man. It ain't good.
What a lot of pockets.
That shit gonna affect Switches. Remember, how much is the new Switch? How much is the Switch Mini? The Switch Lite? $200, right? How much that shit gonna cost now? You think if that shit go through?
$225 to $250.
Almost the equivalent.
Go ahead and pre-order that shit next week then, so that shit don't go up.
So in the long run, it does affect the outcome of just buying stuff, because not only that, people gotta also understand, man. You guys are paying fucking bills, especially here in New York City. New York City is not fucking cheap. It is not cheap to live in New York City. Just to tell you that alone. And then for you, for a gamer, especially living here in New York City, it's something that you gotta really contemplate. Like, damn, I'm gonna have to hold out maybe a whole year or so to the price drop, so I can actually buy the console.
Which is what I will do. Yeah. Because those games are going to be fine on PS4 Pro. I mean, Horizon Zero Dawn Part 2 will be checkerboarded 4K like Horizon Zero Dawn.
I saw some interesting comments, though. I ain't gonna lie. There were just dudes saying that China should bend the knee to U.S. because we're superior. I'm like, are we really using this as a dick measuring contest between us and China right now? Are we really trying to do some shit like that against China? That makes no goddamn sense. I don't know. I don't even know how that's a thing, but people are doing that. They're using it as a damn contest.
And here's the Bray MG just said a good point. Don't be shocked if Trump gets reelected.
Oh, I'm not gonna be shocked because I already know that dumb shit's gonna happen regardless. Because you have a lot of fucking rhetoric-minded individuals that are still gonna keep on the MAGA mantra going. So,
well, I mean, you got to look at the fact. Forget about all that. Seriously, there's 1 month before those tariffs start to kick in. These consoles aren't going to go into production until the middle of next year. So I mean, they got plenty of time to work something out.
Facts. How are we superior, Jamia, when we owe them fucking money? Yeah, I don't get it. It's like, come on, y'all trying too hard just to try to alleviate dominance, and it's like y'all trying to create war and this fake. And this is why I said it too. I like how people got triggered in my video that I did too. Y'all look at my video I doing this. There's some comments in there that'll turn you white. Motherfuckers sitting going, "Oh, you're an idiot. How you gonna say this is a trade war?" I'm like, motherfucker, have you been paying attention? Have you been paying? That's basically what this has become, a trade war.
That's how trade wars start.
That's how a trade war begins. You don't understand. And I'm not saying this because, it's good for my health. No, I'm saying this because this needs to be said. This situation going around, it's going to affect all of us. It's not just going to affect the consoles. It's going to affect the accessories. It's going to affect everything. Cell phones.
Shit, like people got to get their heads out their asses, man.
Yeah, people don't take that to know. They don't take that. They don't want to listen to that. It's like, bro, it's going to affect everything.
Yeah.
He was like, well, it ain't going to affect me in my country. How do you know?
Yeah, it will.
How you know it ain't going to affect your country?
Deficit. This is how smart they are. Do you know that the actual deficit right now that we have, that we owe to so many countries, has actually gone up at least 5% more than the previous years?
Yeah, and it's increasing.
That alone right there should tell you why this shit should not even be going on in the first place. Why you should just keep it at you should keep those tariffs down to a bare minimum so that this way the fluctuation of that deficit comes down more. But
people are calling this man a genius, guys. But y'all, they fail to realize that the stock for the U.S. actually dropped. Y'all remember that? The stocks dropped.
Exactly.
Yeah, stocks dropped for numerous businesses. I'm like, y'all do realize one of the main source of trade that we go for is China through these businesses.
Well,
so of course those stocks are going to drop. Of course, them stocks are going to drop. Why would they re-sign with us? Why the fuck would they?
Well, they need to, but at the end of the day, they still have a month, which is a long time to work out, and because things are moving right now, so and they'll work something out. I just think the same people that will give $1,000 to NVIDIA because they got 14 T-flops. I mean, you're just going to have to do possibly the same thing with the console. That's it. To me, it's not that big a deal. It's got to get ready and get
we need to think about what
like Jemiah Dixon said.
Facts.
Yeah, like Jemiah Dixon said, get another paper route.
Y'all already know. Y'all already know what would happen if China even came at us even once or some shit like that. Go, yeah, we're gonna charge y'all extra for using our shit now. Yeah, what y'all think is gonna happen? Oh, we're gonna have a war with China now over fucking tariffs.
Oh yeah,
I guarantee.
I mean, they are fighting, and maybe they get a better deal with them. But at the end of the day, he started a trade war because he said that what China did real good for themselves, and it's crippling the United States. So yeah, they want China to move production to the United States or to an American territory. So and that's what they want. So it ain't gonna happen.
Oh Lord.
So it ain't gonna happen.
That cryptocurrency gonna be glorious.
Yes, you know that cryptocurrency is gonna go up sky high, and then PC parts are gonna go high up again, and then all these dudes that talk about, we're gonna get these nice ass looking RTX cards. Guess what, bozos? Y'all gonna be, instead of paying $1,600, y'all gonna be paying $2,500 for this.
Cryptocurrency is gonna be, wait for it.
That's gonna be good. Yeah.
Oh Lord.
That's how it's gonna be glorious. It's gonna be glorious.
Oh, glorious. Oh, fucking.
That's how good it's gonna be. Glorious. But no.
Hit that like button, people.
This shit is gonna be crazy.
We got like 100 people in here. Hit that like button. What's up?
Hit
that like button. But I think I'm spent on that topic. I don't even want to go over it. Y'all can add whatever else y'all want. I don't know what to talk about.
Oh my god.
I'm just surprised by the reaction that some people are giving for this shit, though. I am surprised. Like, dudes sitting going, we're superiors. They should be held responsible. I'm like,
the people that are upset about this don't understand that these consoles won't be out till the end of next year. I mean, there are babies that are going to be conceived, born, and able to crawl and walk before these consoles come out. So I just do not get why people this bent out of shape over. Seriously.
Oh, God.
Yeah, I know.
Jemiah Dixon with the $2 holla. Most PC parts are made in Taiwan, so no. Yeah, I mean, again, but they can move the production of PC parts to the Philippines. I'm not worried about that. But like I said before, I said this a year ago. Put your money into a $25 Christmas account, $25 a month, and when the new consoles come out, you'll have about $600 ready to go. Walk in there with your cash. That's what I'm going to do. I mean, that's working out nicely. Shout out to Wishcaller for the dollar on the what's that thing called? They call it Game Pass. Yeah, me having $1 Game Pass now.
All I know is like dudes like to sleep on PC, right? I'm telling you right now, we see $600 consoles. Whew, them PCs gonna look so appealing to so many people. You're gonna see so many people.
I know what my plans are.
You're gonna see so many people look at those consoles.
And Sony and Nintendo will have to force themselves to bring those games over to the PC because a $600 console is not going to appeal to any consumer, or $700.
No, it's not.
No.
It's not. End of the day, this tariff is going to create so much disparity in the initial launch of the systems that they might not even see a profit even in the first year. They might even see it on the third or even quite possibly fourth year. And that's where it's bad. That's when that type of trade war happens. It usually is bad for the console makers. It's actually bad for business, period, because you're not creating the revenue space for that company to actually make any money. So once again, people really think, oh yeah, you got to get a second job, bro. It's not about taking a second job, because everything else goes up in price as well. Whatever manufacturing goods that are being bought from China over here, they're gonna be affected as well. So it's like, you gotta really pay attention to the signs. And if there is a way where you can change certain things or make an effect for it, then try to do so. But speak with your pockets, not with your with your mouth.
Yeah, and there has to be a. I've said before, I don't see why this is such a big causing so much consternation, because this is August, so we're 16, 17 months away. I mean, talking about something that's, again, 17 months away, and I would not worry about it. It's the same people that were talking about Ready at Dawn doing like we were talking about earlier in the podcast, some game called Order 1886. Until they walk out and say tariffs are increased 10% from China on these products, then I wouldn't worry about it, because they are negotiating right now. They're negotiating right now, so they can have a break. So let them wait.
Hopefully they'll bring it down to. I mean, if it's at 5% to even 4% increase, fine. That'll be a substantial, rate where that'll be better than paying 10 to 15% or even 20% of what it's being projected to be. You understand? So in the long run, if they bring it down to a reasonable percentage, then fine, go ahead. Let's start making the process even better for everybody else. But bro, 20% to 25%, that shit is ridiculously expensive.
Nah.
Ridiculously expensive.
You mean an additional 10% for 25, because they already tagged 25.
Bro, that's crazy.
Ain't that crazy?
Yeah,
that's insane. That's beyond insane. For any company, that's beyond insane.
And they've absorbed some of it. The companies have absorbed some of it, but they can't absorb this one. They're going to have to pass this somewhere.
Yeah.
And they'll pass it to Europe and things like that. So that's what they will take the hit. Europe will take the hit. So we'll have to wait and see, though. I mean, damn near 20 months away from this shit. So I cannot believe it's that big a deal. So.
You say that now, but he gonna be like, "Oh, they gonna kiss my ass when he see $1,000 console."
No, I just won't buy it. I'll be fine. What I got. That's why I put my PS Pro in the shop today to be cleaned and get ready for the fall. Get ready so I can play these games unscathed.
You cleaning the PS4 for you not to use it?
No, I'm going to use it. So I'm ready for the games this fall.
You trying to get in a pristine condition to sell it, then, aren't you? To trade it?
No. This is I always do it every year. Everybody who follows my podcast knows that 1st of August, I always get it cleaned out right before my birthday, because I always get Madden. But Madden came out 4 weeks earlier this year. And whoever was driving your boat in your mission was garbage. Straight garbage. You're not supposed to sink the other boats. You're supposed to get away from them.
No, you still hit those. Played this early. This was late as hell when I was playing this too. I was like dead asleep because I was at the end of the game and I went for platinum. This is literally my platinum playthrough.
Oh, okay. But I guess that's a big deal.
Oh God, here you go.
Going for a platinum. No, going for a platinum is a big deal.
Here you go. Anyway,
I enjoy getting that platinum for days gone, man.
I guess I'll throw this in here, obviously, because we were still on that thing. But $1,000 pre-orders being accepted by.
That's $1,000, G.
Yeah,
I didn't keep that too.
Man, I ain't
again, this doesn't confirm that it's $1,000, but I thought it was a bunch of like scalpers.
Yeah.
So that's why I thought we see this every gen. Like we saw it with the PlayStation 3, they did it with PS3, they did the shit with PS4 at the start of the gen. You know, bunch of scalpers who had it early. If y'all need proof of that, go look up Onish Pranks, right? And then look up him trying to buy a PS4. Literally, it was day one. Dude wanted $800 for the damn thing.
Yeah, sounds right.
Or actually, no, not even 800. I think it was 700 because he had two. He got two super early before everybody, you know, before it came out, and he wanted like about 700 for one of them, so 700 a piece. And dude was sitting going, wait, you want $700? Like, yeah, man, well, $700. I mean, I'm not getting my return on my investment if I sell it for 400. I'm like,
jeez, how much did he pay for it?
That's what I'm saying.
Nah, I mean, it wasn't worth that. I mean, granted, they were fine. You know, there was a 4-month hold on before they even really hit the market hardcore. Yeah, once they got Infamous Second Son out, that's when you got a flood of PS4 came in. So they released a whole bunch of them because they hold back on them. And they're going to do, and PS5 they run the same thing. They hold back on them in case there's a fail rate. So they're not going to put all of them out there and then start failing. So you know, so they hold off. But again, I just do not. They can have that. You know, I'm not going to pay $1,000 for anything. I complain about those NVIDIA cards now. Like, why are you all paying that much money? You know, for a graphics card. But yeah, you know, so but that's what makes it funny to me is that the people who will go buy a 1080 or 1070 or whatever, they're willing to pay $700 for those things, but not for a console that's going to actually be
that's kind of funny to me too.
Yeah. You know, to me, it's the those people should be complaining. You know, so
yeah, it was interesting. When I saw it, I was a little shocked by that, the pre-orders. But again, a lot of people jumped on board. So, what can you do? You know, what can you do on something like that?
I mean, if you're a sucker for something, then you got to be 3 times smarter than to get suckered into something.
I mean, you saw a deal on a RTX, 2070? You probably would take it, so I wouldn't be surprised.
Yeah, I would. I would pay $400.
I don't see this as a deal, but you get what I'm saying. If you see a scalper, you know you can either get it cheaper from a scalper or whatnot, you'll take it.
So. If I can find a 2070.
But the funny part about scalping, right? They could tell you, you give me this and you got the down payment. Next thing you know, when you're getting your shit shipped, right? There's an empty box with nothing but little cardboard pieces in there. They just put a couple of bricks to make it.
They got a few people like that. This dude bought a PS4 and it was it was filled with bricks. Crazy. So yeah, you ain't far from it. They got a few people with that.
Man, that's crazy. I'm just gonna wait it out. I'll just wait it out.
Shit, Angry Grandpa did that to his son. You remember that?
Yeah. Oh, God. Yeah, I remember that shit.
Christmas, rest in peace. I got you, your game. Even though it's a brick in it, I knew it would be the same. That shit. Rest in peace, AGP. Rest in peace. Rest in peace.
Yeah. So yeah.
So you can have a lot more games on a PC, though. That is true. More games on you can have more games on your actual screen. That is very, very true.
Yeah, I'm gonna be playing. I think I'm gonna download Splinter Cell, the original Splinter Cell tonight, and see what.
I like how I got shit. I got shit for playing Max Payne, but here you go playing Odys.
Oh well, yeah, Splinter Cell. That's. I remember when I was
Sam Fisher, huh? You're gonna be playing Mr. Sam Fisher, huh? You're gonna become the agents of agents.
Yeah, I'm gonna be whatever he calls himself, Echelon, whatever that group is he works for.
Upper echelon of.
Upper echelon.
And they have Chaos Theory too. Chaos Theory is my favorite.
That Chaos Theory is actually my favorite Splinter Cell of all time. That game pushed the envelope on freaking stealth games.
Yeah, well, and the one that just came out, Blacklist, that has Sam Fisher.
Oh shit,
that was good too. That was good, and then the one before that.
The storyline for Blacklist was okay, but I just love the mechanics of Chaos Theory. It was more.
Blacklist had the best gameplay though, hands down.
Yeah, but for me, and then the one that came out before then, that was good too. I can't remember the name of it though.
Oh, Conviction. There was a big gap gameplay wise between Conviction and Blacklist. Like they just made the mechanics more smoother, man. It's so crazy.
What was the one that came out on Xbox only? There was one that just came out only on Xbox. Xbox.
I think it was Double Agent. I think.
No, Double Agent's was on PlayStation as well.
Out of curiosity, did we talk about the deal with
Chaos
Sony and
Theory,
Microsoft? How it's
No,
driven
we
is
already talked. That's already been talked about.
no one here that is driven by Sony. Did we talk about that?
Yeah, that's
cloud
it.
thing.
The cloud thing,
cloud thing?
yeah. Did we talk about that
Yeah.
shit? Okay.
No.
Oh, the bending of the knee situation.
Oh, Microsoft bent the knee.
Yeah, the
Okay.
bending of the
No,
knee
fuck that. They
situation.
bending the knee to Microsoft. Microsoft about to take over.
Okay, well, that's what you need to tell yourself to sleep at night. Go ahead. So they just gave a God Extremes $50 million. So much for taking over.
Our dependency of success is rated on Sony. So if Sony does not succeed with the streaming and cloud-based technology, we fail.
Who said that?
Oh God.
That was the same sayings of the great Satya Nadella.
Whoa, he actually said that?
Mm-hmm.
I thought that was Phil that said that. Or
Satya.
Something's looking spooky here.
Oh yeah. And
I did not know that. That is been
Microsoft they gotta bow down to Sony right now, but when they take over the game, they coming back, man.
Bruh, they ain't gonna take over shit. That shit is dead with the console gaming space for Microsoft is long gone. Now it's just gonna be based upon whether they can stay relevant within the confines of streaming and game services. That's it. Console gaming for them next gen is just gonna be a niche. Not even niche. I would say less supportive. Because they're gonna actually support PC gaming more than they do with the console. Yes, the console's still gonna be there. It's still gonna be a prevalent item for them to sell. But it's not gonna be the main emphasis of what they envision with their company as a service provider. Remember, these microbots /IT /NASDAQ analysts that are on Twitter, they're always saying, "Oh, but we make this much ad revenue off of this. We always do this. We always do that." And time again, the opposite always happens for a reason. They've been in this gaming thing for almost close to 20 years. In those 20 years, Microsoft has only been able to sell a roughly close to almost 300 million consoles. That is very, very, very whack, in my opinion. Very.
Well, yeah, they got to do. I did not know Satya Nadella. But see, Satya Nadella also said something about 3 years ago when he said, "I see Xbox as a service under the Microsoft banner." That's exactly what we got. Yeah, that's exactly what they done.
And we've been saying this for so long.
Yes,
Craig.
Yes, sir.
For so long.
Yes,
and
sir.
Now it's coming into their vision is actually coming true. So it's not that we like to bash Xbox. It's just like
you like to bash Xbox. Ain't that right, Pop?
I like to bash
you like to
on
bash
the truth,
Xbox.
bro.
A lot of me.
I like to bash on the truth, and I saw a lot of shit in my lifetime to know when a company's giving up on something.
Until I know you bash Xbox, you won't get them credit for Gears.
I love Gears.
No, you don't.
Gears. What
No,
you
you
talking
don't.
about?
You ain't Gears.
I like Gears. They got fake 4K.
I love Gears so much. I still got the Gears 3 Special Collector's Edition with the cogwheel. What are you talking about? I got the whole entirety.
You ain't playing no damn Gears.
Get exposed, Ryan.
You ain't playing no damn Gears.
I got all the whole entire collection.
You ain't playing
even
no
including
damn
the digital
Gears.
edition for the Xbox.
If you love Gears, you wouldn't give away that 360. That 360 would still be in that room, son.
What you mean? I got two 360s. What are you talking about?
One don't work though, because you threw it out the window.
Hey, who playing 360 right now?
What are you trying to do, Ryan? You trying to create a little bit of calamity up in this bitch?
Yo, do they still have millions of players playing on 360 and like PS4?
Yeah, they still got people playing on the 360, bro.
Yeah, them servers ain't done. The people still on it.
Yo.
That's why they went.
It's like PS3. PS3 still lively. I don't know how long though.
Could y'all see that like lasting another generation, like this coming up?
No.
Yeah, nah.
No, they're gonna have back. The reason why they have backwards compatibility, it was to help. It was to help them facilitate the 360 owners coming over to the Xbox One, because they're like, well, you can still play your games over here, or you can get an Xbox One. It did not work, however.
Hey, shout out to Jay Fonz. What's up, brother? How you doing?
Oh, what's up, Jay Fonz? Yeah, so they've I love the fact that everything has come to fruition exactly as my vision told me. That all they have done is they've created a system where you don't need an Xbox to play. So when I was on, when I was on, I think it was 60 frames no lag one day when Next Gen was on there and Jay Fonz was on there. They were talking about 4K textures for the X, and this is a couple of years ago. And I simply said, this is not going to go the way you think. And it didn't. It did not. And it doesn't matter what Microsoft does, because at this point, if I want to play Gears, I have a computer to do that. If I want to play Quantum Break, I can do that on my PC. I don't need to go get your Xbox or to go get that Xbox from Microsoft, which is what Microsoft wanted. You know, they created an ecosystem where, hey, Phil Spencer said, we don't care if you don't buy the Xbox. We just want you to game. So I love that interview. When I actually sat down and listened to that whole interview, I'm like, there's not a doubt that they have bent the knee. So I'm loving that. This has been a neat.
I love the stuttering in the interview, like, as if he didn't know what he was talking about. That was kind of that was the more shocking thing about it. I didn't really care as much.
He's like, wait, would you ship that?
Yeah, like I was just sitting here like, Phil, this ain't looking too good, man. This ain't looking too good, man.
Look at a little spooky there, Phil.
Honest. Like,
I was legit like,
like, I mean, would you ship that though? Because I mean, it's in beta for me. So like,
I understand, dude. If he didn't want to like spill the beans, right, and he wanted to be like, he wanted to keep things in perspective, right? But it's like, nah, it's not really helping the situation right now.
But it's the way he said it that was kind of like what I had issue. Like, you can't say that it's completely trash right now. You got to say it's looking good right now in the phase it's in. Mm-hmm. Like, don't say like, oh, would you ship that? Like, as if it's in bad shape right now.
Yeah, it was like, okay, it's like, Phil, you're scaring me right now with the lack of interest in what you're saying. But
I don't think he cares. I mean, again, and people are like, well, Spencer is going to do this, this, and this. And I was listening to the multiplayer podcast the other day, and those guys actually thought Phil Spencer was in charge of something. It's like, no, Satya Nadella. They were like, well, I didn't know that Satya Nadella was one of the instrument, that got the deal for Minecraft. It's like, yeah. Of course, he's in charge.
Bro, Satya supervises and oversees so many different deals for the Xbox brand that is crazy.
Yep. And they acted like that, and they didn't know. They think Phil Spencer is on this autonomous working, to do all this stuff. No, he is reporting to that guy, and that guy wants Xbox to become a service, and that's exactly what it's done.
Well, there's nothing you can really do at that point. It's like, it's there, it's on the rating. Like I said before, it's on the right, it's on the wall, it's done. So
it's done. I love it though. I mean, I love it. So it's hearing the excuses being made and the butt hurt and how upset people are, and them realizing that they're never going to get that.
Yeah, that I agree with Fonz though. Why do we care? And also, Ryan Lynch made a good point too. Like, obviously, you want to be competitive, right? But them coming out saying they don't necessarily care about console sales, it's not necessarily. You know what I'm saying? It's not really refreshing to me going into.
We having a situation where Xbox is tooting that ass up.
Oh God!
Oh God! What did I just came back from?
Yeah. Well, I mean,
don't act like you wasn't here the whole time.
Yeah, to me, it's not that big a deal. Just those cats. And
I agree though. There's just certain stuff you can do, man. There's only so much you can take.
Yeah. Yep. Yeah. Those cats and those gals are wrong. They need to move on.
To tell you the truth, it's like, even though you burnt out on half the shit like what that's going on, right? Like we talk about, it's like it just continues. Like it's like, you think it's going to be cool one week, and then we get something else, another piece of a puzzle that just leads to something else. That's stupid.
Yeah, that's the way to look at it. They're putting together a puzzle that we saw for them years ago, and they're just now getting the pieces. Like, oh, this is they don't care about console sales. You know, they don't.
Yeah,
So
that's why I was giving a couple of more extra pieces to my collection, and that is going to be the next installment to my endeavor in PC gaming. I am no longer
Fon said not if
getting
they
no
still get
goddamn
their.
Scarlet.
Fon said not if they still get their sales from the U.S. because those are the console gamers. Yeah.
Yeah.
How you saying? So, yeah. There are millions of U.S. console gamers only. Not going PC. Yeah, true.
And I'm one of them. Fun. I will not go to PC. It's just something I can't afford. I keep it a buck with y'all. Like,
I mean, here's the thing about PC gaming though. You don't like a lot of people treat PC gaming as if you have to pay like this one-time down payment immediately. You don't have to do that. You can literally just buy piece by piece, work your way up.
Yeah. That's how
That's literally. Tell you the truth, it's smarter to do that. It's smarter to build your rig as opposed to buying a pre-built because a lot of these pre-built and the reason why I say this is because look up Walmart. Y'all remember the shitty Walmart PCs? Now the shitty Walmart PCs were so bad they didn't even like properly insert the power connector for the GPUs.
Oh, not to mention, they added a cheap ass power supply.
Cheap power supply. The RAM was half-assed. It was everything. It wasn't anything.
Thermal paste. Cheap ass.
Yes, very cheap thermal paste. Very cheap. I will give them props for the case. The case is at least presentable. I like that case, but it's like even with that case, nothing else. Like it's got some cool RGB effects, but again, even with that case, not much to really write home about with the overall product.
Yeah.
And some people actually act as if you have to spend $3,000 or $4,000 just to play at high quality detail. You can pretty much get a freaking business desktop for like about $100. All you need is a power supply and a GPU, and you're already gaming.
Yeah.
You don't really need to spend
hey, Fonz. What's the name of that game? What you think about that Blair Witch game, Fonz? What y'all think about that? Do y'all think this is something?
I hope it's something they support. I hope it's something that their community supports.
Yeah,
because this whole notion.
I've been wanting to talk about
embrace the PC Master Race mantra.
Yeah, go buy your games. I mean, that's what I have realized is that out of all the complaining and all these podcasts that these men and women have done, at the end of the day, when you go back to the beginning of this generation, Microsoft actually did have games out. They didn't go buy them. They didn't go buy them. They sat around in these little circle jerks, and they were just like, yeah, you know what? We're going to do this.
IPs, so many great IPs that they had from the 360 gen that they could have actually remade for this gen with the power of the 1X and for the 900p system.
Yeah.
They could have kept on going with, and they put those to the side to advertise a freaking camera.
Yeah.
So many great IP games that they had on the 360 that could have just be rekindled.
Well, people didn't want the console. It was $500. They were talking about DRM, and granted they backed away from that. But look, they had games on that console. They had Killer Instinct. Kojima put a Metal Gear game on there.
Yeah.
And they did not go buy. They didn't go buy the console. At the end of the day, they did not buy the console. So all this talk of people are like, well, I don't like PC gaming. And it plays the same way as your damn Xbox. I've had every iteration of Xbox. The PC plays the exact same way. You just simply have to go to a launcher to get the game, and then you put it where you want it, and then you get the game when you want it. So it's just they're retarded.
Does it go to show you how important it is to have a good first impression when you're revealing a console? Because I think that can affect the whole generation. And
I mean, look at the PS3.
Who's going to be leading the industry at that point?
Yeah.
Look at the PS3 as well. The PS3 fell victim to their own cockiness with, we're going to make you pay $600 and all this and other stuff.
Facts. They was like, you going to work 2 jobs for this, that, and the third. I'm like, ain't nobody going to work no damn 2 jobs for this shit, so they stop it.
Man.
Well, I love it, though. But I love, like Carlos said, the fact that they're just now coming to understand these things, which, again, we told them years ago, But if it took you all this long because y'all on the slow bus, you know, so just y'all just some slow bus folks. I mean, the power never did matter. It was you were told, and the fact that the Nintendo console is going to bypass the Xbox console in October in sales shows you the people who were talking about power and 4K textures and all this other stuff didn't know what the hell they were talking about.
Or didn't play the games that they were parading about.
I mean,
I've seen a lot of crazy shit though ever since we're at the end. A lot of tides have turned, a lot of sides have been shifted. So I've seen a lot of insane shit.
I think I'm gonna go back to playing Crackdown 3 and finally finish the fucking campaign because I got tired of it.
You're actually gonna fire that up? I'm shocked.
I think I'm gonna fire it up my PC and just finish playing that game.
That trash. That exercise.
That's trash.
I'm not gonna bash it too much, but it does look good visually, aesthetically. The game looks good on PC. Like
that's 4K. Yeah,
I cannot unmerit the dedication that the developers put into that game. As far as for the campaign, now the multiplayer aspect of that shit is hot garbage. I will never play that. Nah.
But they were going to be playing that for 100 hours. Were they going to be playing that for 100 hours? And all these other games are one and done, and all this kind of stuff. And it turned out that those are the games. People try to explain stuff to them, Carlos. I specifically try to explain the Spider-Man deal to these numbnuts, and they still don't understand it. They still don't understand that Sony owns the IP. But no, Marvel owns it. No, they do not. Sony owns that IP.
If anything else, they could just start playing. If you want to play the old school 360 versions of the Spider-Man, then by any chance, go play those. If you
Fonz low key because he made an interesting point about power. Dudes talk about power. You already know that's going to be the big thing. Hell, that's already the big thing going into next year, right? A lot of people are trying to differentiate one another.
Yeah, and they're going to do the same thing.
Yeah, it's going to be the exact same thing you're going to see. A lot of people are trying to differentiate the systems like, oh, well, this one can do this. This one has access to that. This was more powerful than this. And it's like, it really, you're not really helping.
They're retarded. They're They're going to both do the exact same thing.
I really didn't care when it came to the PS4 and Xbox One. My decision was solely based on the games, what games that they were going to provide, and for the duration of the first half of its life cycle, the PS4 had games that I wanted to play. The Xbox, it only had a few games that were very interesting to me to play. And that was that's how I based my purchase on this gen. It was based solely on that. Who's going to give me the best game, best content, and where I'm going to enjoy my games at. I didn't care about the whole 1080p, 900p bullshit because it doesn't really matter. Even this game, Warhammer Vermintide, I played it on the Xbox One. It looks fucking good. It looks good even at a 900p. Like, I really didn't care about power. What I really cared about was just playing my games. And quite frankly, the Xbox didn't provide those games for this gen, and that is the reason why, once again, you want to make an impact, bring in the fucking content, and it will always sell your hardware no matter what resolution scaling that you have. The Nintendo Switch has the least amount of power of all the consoles, yet it is selling like hotcakes. Its exclusives are outselling most titles on the Xbox right now. So this whole power narrative is just bullshit. It's just a fanboy logic based mentality just to make it, just to warrant what they have. And
fans are gonna have a heart attack if they so much as show off another Kinect. We already know that's gonna happen.
Well, again, they truly do believe, despite the information that's in front of them, that the reason PlayStation outsold the Xbox was over the whole 1080p thing. Even though there's information in front of them right now that calls bullshit on that, they keep running with it. So, but sometimes, you know what? Let that idiot be the idiot that walks up to the pond and gets taken down by the crocodile. Because everybody knows that's not true. So
if by that logic, then the Xbox One X would have been selling out every
yes.
NPD.
Yep. And guess what? How many
That would've been-
NPDs? Yeah, how many NPDs is the Xbox One X one?
None.
None. Yeah, it's not going to. I mean, it's just people that you cannot. To me, the Xbox One S could have been a 1080p, 60 FPS, high graphic setting system, and they could have ran that thing at 5.17.
I didn't care about the 4K, bro. Just give me a system that has fucking great games.
Well, that's my point. Is that they could have done that. They could have came out and said, from this point going forward, all our games are going to be 60 frames a second, and we will still allow you to stream games in 4K or stream content in 4K, and it's also a UHD player, and it's going to be $4.99. That's it. That's all they had to do, and then they could have gotten ready for the next generation. And then they would have had they would have had a 1080p system that ran the same games that Sony was going to have at better performance. Then that would have changed everything. A lot of people would have left PlayStation to go play on the Xbox. That would have happened.
Yeah.
But they're too stupid.
We already know, Fonz. In the day, Fonz, we know you all about Cyberpunk, man. That's your game. So.
Oh,
That's
God.
I
Yeah.
can't wait till I play Cyberpunk, but unfortunately, that ain't gonna be played on console.
Yeah,
That's
power
gonna be
definitely
played
matters
on-
at the beginning.
It
but
matters to a certain extent, I would say, right?
yeah,
Yeah,
it matters to a certain extent.
Yeah.
Like once you're like a year or two into the like gen, like that's when I need these games now, like these like AAA games. But like for the first year, like it kind of matters a little bit because you want to see like what all the third party games look like and shit.
Coming from a PC gaming aspect, when it comes to visuals, yes, power will be something that's greatly, pushed around, because as a PC gamer, you're gonna want to have the best visual. You're gonna want to have the best looking textures. You're gonna want to have the best settings as possible. But guess what? That is only relatable to the components that are put inside your inside your rig.
Yeah.
The thing with console gaming is just that you have limitations. So even if the game looks pretty good and awesome on the Xbox One X, it's still like if you play Far Cry 4 on the One X and you play it on the PlayStation 4 Pro, is there anything different between the games? No, quintessentially.
Oh, Papa like that, huh?
There's quintessentially there's no difference, because both games are made by the same developer, which is Ubisoft, but they're ran differently on both consoles. That's the only difference. You might have a higher frame rate on the Xbox One S than you do on the PS4 Pro, but quintessentially, the bare bones basics of the game is what? It is an open world, first person game where you go hunting, you go killing people, and quintessentially you have fun playing the game. So power doesn't really play into key that much within the confines of the game. It's actually the narrative, the narrative, the actual design of the game, and how it entrances you into playing it in the first place. Game mechanics, all of that plays into a great key point to a great game. Not the fucking visuals. The visuals is just icing on the cake. You could have a shitty ass mobile game and you have multiple loads of hours of fun playing the game.
Mm-hmm.
You will have that much amount of fun. Really, the fun factor is the key component to every single game. If it lacks that fun factor, you're not gonna play it. End of the day.
Well, they're retarded.
By the way,
that's all I can say. They are retarded. I mean, if they want power, you will game on PC. And if you want to say, well, I don't want to game on PC, then you don't care about the power. So because you would go and get that power. You will be playing at 60 frames and higher. You will be playing.
You want power, you go to PC. End of the day, PC holds the better platform. It has the higher platform rating than any other console. The support from the community itself. Because a lot of people like to brag about PC gamers being nerdy, all this shit. Like, yo,
Well, no,
stop.
they're not. No, that PC community
not.
has been nothing but helpful to me. So.
Yo, the PC community is hella fun. Yeah, you have a couple of little bad fruits in between, just like you do in console gaming.
Yep.
But for the most part, PC gaming is fun. You get to do what you want to do, how you like it. And you don't have to be overly exaggerative with purchasing a PC. You don't have to spend a lucrative amount of money to enjoy.
They don't understand that. They truly don't understand that. They rather sit in a circle jerk and go. I mean, and let them do it. I mean, they were wrong about everything this generation, everything. So what are you going to be wrong about next generation? Because you're going to be wrong again. Because you're already
next generation is going to be about engagement numbers. Oh, look, Ninja made these people watch all these games right now, so we're doing better than the PlayStation. But yet again, PlayStation is still doing their numbers of sales, which is the main priority for Sony, to make a sale on that console and to provide entertainment to the consumer. End of the day, even though they're taking two different approaches of doing the entertainment value from each other, that is what is all based upon. Entertainment.
Well, Jay Barry just put something out. This is right. Microsoft spent the budget of Rise 2, Quantum Break 2, and Alan Wake 2 on a kid with purple hair. So, I mean, why don't you all just go away? I mean, seriously,
it's pretty bad. It's pretty bad.
Yeah, it's bad. I mean, but the truth is out. The Nintendo Switch is about to, with horrible multiplats, apparently, according to everybody, horrible multiplats, which you all claim are the most important thing to the community. They are about to pass you in 90 days. And you still think 6 flops and 4K textures is important. How stupid are you?
They did it with multi-plat support and exclusives, which is what's the sad part about it.
Well, they had but my point is they had little to no multi-plat support at all at launch. And here they are in 30 months about to do something that you all couldn't, that your platform of choice, I'll say.
The Xbox One X did win in something.
It's winning and losing.
No, wait. The least amount of One X is sold, so I think they won the Guinness World Record with that.
Powell pulled out his cape. He trying to defend. Go ahead, bro. Defend that platform, bro. Go ahead, defend that platform.
Nah, fuck that. Xbox taking over. I was just fucking with y'all niggas.
Yeah, I mean they're taking over, losing, they won that. So.
Oh God.
Nah, man. Nah. Real shit though. Like just to be optimistic about it. Like I really hope them acquiring these studios, even though they're not like really high caliber, I really hope they got them making like some big things, man. I'm really hoping, man. I don't want to see them go away. You know what I mean? Like,
I get you.
Do better.
Agreed.
I really do.
Agreed, man. Agreed.
I mean, at least, Phil, if you're listening, man, give me some give me a Crimson Skies sequel. Fuck, Project Gotham, for God's sake, something that's fucking good. Even Perfect Dark fucking Zero.
Facts.
Bring back that rare entertainment of quality games back into the Xbox. That's what they need to start doing.
Or remastered Jet Set Radio Future.
Hey.
Or even Banjo-Kazooie.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. Let's just do something. Just do something different than the podcast that you're doing. Okay, that's all I can say, because look, what's that word that the kids say? Spooky. When you tell me the beast is coming and I am scared of the beast and 6 flops, the only thing that's scary is the fact that they put out a console with no goddamn game. That is scary.
Winner, chicken dinner.
Yeah, the fact that you bigged up PUBG at 9 frames a second, that's scary to me. Okay, so miss me with all this stuff. The fact that you said the Pro couldn't do 4K textures, yet Square Enix got it to do 4K textures on Shadow of the Tomb Raider, while they had to drop the resolution down on the Xbox X, is scary. The fact that you got fake 4K on Gears of War is scary. So miss me with the bullshit.
Ooh.
So,
Yeah.
Okay.
I call this.
Let me go ahead.
That shit got real quick.
I know. Well, I guess
God
that's.
damn, what pissed you off?
I guess that's all the topics I got. So.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say shout out to everybody who came through. Thank y'all so
Shout out
much
to the grounded gamer.
Oh God. Thank you guys so much again for coming through. Appreciate everybody. Shout out to Mr. Lobo and Pablo for stepping in. Thank you. Appreciate you. It was a good time. It was a good show. I hope you guys enjoyed yourselves. I hope you guys liked everything. Definitely let me know in the comment section below. And definitely hit that like button as well. I do appreciate it. We will see you guys next week for the RGT Podcast episode 72. And obviously, I'll see you guys tomorrow for an upload. But I want to say thank you again to everybody. Shout out to Fonz, everybody else who's in the chat, Mr. J-Tech. A lot of people who came through. So appreciate everybody who's in the chat. And I'll see you guys next week, as always, man. Much love to y'all. And y'all be blessed. Y'all be easy. I'll let everybody do their outros, and I'm going to end it. So go right ahead, Pablo. You have the floor.
Yo, guys, thanks for tuning in. Yo, thanks for letting me on. As always, it's always fun to be here. If you guys want to check me out on Twitter, I don't do this YouTube shit like that. It's Harlem X Poncho. You know, let's talk some shit, talk some gaming. You know what it is.
Yeah, the real P3.
Mr. Craig Kirsch.
Oh, hey, play your games on the Tariffs win.
Oh, Lord. Alrighty.
Lobo.
Sergeant Crumbside Spy here. Thank you all for watching episode 71 of the RGT podcast. I may later do a video myself, but who knows? You can watch me over at the Savage Lobo. I'll upload a video maybe tomorrow or next week, depending how my schedule is right now.
Yeah. Courtesy of Jay Fonzarello, it looks like Big Cloud might turn into Lamar Wilson. That's going to be scary.
Oh, scary.
Nah, apparently there's some guidelines I got to look out for. So, apparently some guidelines I got to legit look out for when we stream now. So, definitely send that my way, brother. I got to read this. This is going to be funny. I mean, it's not like they're not censoring us enough by removing the Hangouts on live portion, but hey, who's to say?
No, I had a hangout, Big Cloud. If you
nobody wants to talk about that damn discounted, you better stop.
Look, if you
have to pay for that.
Do yours? No, you don't. The beta is free.
The beta is free, but for you just to have your damn icons, you got to pay for that shit.
Well, that's you put your name in there. You have a. So if you want to do that, use StreamYard.
What does Foxy Games say? The poor man's Switch. That's the poor man's damn Discord. That's the poor man's.
You're right, yo. I'm letting y'all know right now. Astral Chain about to be Game of the Year, bro.
It probably will be.
Wait a minute.
It'll be nominated. I'll say nomination for.
It'll get. It's definitely.
Knowing how what's his dude's name? Jeff Keighley like sucking off
what about Gears of War?
Kojima. He's probably gonna win. Gears of War.
What about Gears? Gears 5.
That budget Game Pass game.
Wow. So apparently, according to Mr. J. Fonzarelli, we can't say the words hell or damned on live.
Oh yeah, I forgot. We on PG right now, bro. We on the
ESPN
network.
So
we can't say that.
That's crazy because in WWE you can't say war.
Live what? What do you mean?
Like when you're live streaming, you can't say those words apparently. Just like you can't say war on WWE programming.
You can't?
No.
I'll say this. Astro Chain will win best art direction for a new game. Trust me.
I think
I'm
pulling for Gears of War for Game of the Year. That's my Game of the Year. I'm calling it right now. Gears 5 Game of the Year.
I think it's gonna be a toss up between Ori Will of the Wisp and Death Stranding. Those are my two picks for GOTY contender.
That's next year.
Oh,
yeah. Ori won't come out till next year.
I got Sekiro Die Twice as Game of the Year.
Y'all fools in the chat. Appreciate the heads up, Fonz. Then again, shout out to everybody who came through. I'm gonna go ahead and shut it down. Everybody got their outros out, right? You got yours, Carlos?
Nope, he has not.
Me.
Go.
Deuces. I'm out.
Wow,
Alright.
that was so anticlimactic. Okay, you know what? Never mind. We'll see you next week, y'all. Y'all be good.
Yeah, I'll be good.
I'm surrounded by
Peace out.
fools today.